you, and you thought we was going away. Nah, it's Speak Out.
But let me just reverse a bit and say good morning to the listeners of Vibes. Welcome to the program.
If I stay within my setting as a public officer, as the public relations officer, and I stay just within the office space and do not go out to the public, how will we understand what is happening on the ground?
Still delivering.
We've done a lot. Not just in terms of the general infrastructure, but homes, support to farmers, support to fishermen, etc. And as time goes by, more support will be given to Carriacou and Grenadines.
It's Speak Out Unfiltered. Built back, even better to last.
Let us all strive to build a better country by putting aside our petty grievances and move forward with dignity, being proud of working hard and working together.
Anything that we're doing now, it's futuristic thinking. It's not for the now.
Education is the key in a country's development. That's it. If its people are not developed,
Even don't go that far, no? Just remember, knowledge is power. When you know, you know.
that's it.
It's Speak Out Unfiltered.
We're happy to have you.
On Vibes 101.3 and 106.3 FM every Thursday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Do you feel the vibes? Going.
It's just about time for me to say good morning again to you right here on Vibes FM. Welcome to the program Speak Out Unfiltered for today. Thursday, looking at the 13th day of February. Good morning to the trial and state of Parliamentary, Carriacou and Grenada. Good morning to you. How are you doing this morning? So glad you're able to join us. What about our neighbors next door, St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Good morning to you as well. Our listeners on the internet, good morning. Those of you on Facebook, those of you on WhatsApp, wherever you are, your platform, thank you so much for tuning in. And to remind you, the program is your program, is interactive. You can always call us. We open up our telephone numbers, 443-0101, 443-0101, 403-0101, 403-0101, and 458-1914. 458-1914. A lot of things done for discussion this morning, and we anticipate your participation as well. So without further delay, let me move over to Koi and say good morning, my brother. What's happening? Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the listeners as well of Vibes FM 101.3 and 106.3. Such a good opportunity again to be back with you. As you know, the reason why we are here is to discuss issues that affect us as a people. And, as Kim just said, we anticipate that all of our listeners, wherever you are, will share in these moments with us and become part of the conversation.
Definitely, because they are the ones that really do the program for us, They guide us through the program. Their views and concerns are always interacting with us as well, too. We appreciate, okay?
Mhm.
So a lot of things on for discussion. There's a lot of topics in the air and everything like that. But before we move over, I just want to say to our listening public, that you realize that our carnival, now that we finished our celebration for the independence, we realize that our carnival is right around the corner, just the 3rd and 4th of March.
Well, not the 3rd and 4th of March. It starts on the 26th. The 3rd and 4th of March is when it ends. It's Carnival Monday, Carnival Monday and Carnival Tuesday.
Yeah.
But from the 26th, we have activities, and they have put out some information regarding what's going to happen. I guess during the course of the program, we'll share it because they have put out some information. But yes, Carnival. Boy, we can't get a chance to rest from one to the next. Christmas. Yes, and all the things that go along with Christmas, then Independence, yes, and all the things that go on with Independence, so many activities here and there, and now it's Carnival again. So we just can't rest.
You don't stop.
You can't rest.
You don't stop,
so
because you speak about things that are happening so quick and fast. We just celebrated our independence, our 51st anniversary.
Yeah,
it was a big success.
Well, yes.
Love it.
Yes,
A lot of love about it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It reflected, this level, the state where we at. In fact, I listened. I think it was last evening. I was listening to some things that have been happening, and I must make the point. I observed that the MP for Tongue of St. George, Honorable Peter David, commenting, giving his opinion about the carnival, the independence celebration, and he was high in praise. He was high in praise for it, and in fact, I heard him saying that using this as an opportunity, we should use this as an opportunity to unite our people. So out of this independence, should be unity, So it's interesting how we all embrace and take these things in, these activities that's taking place. And truly and truly, the issue about independence ought to be a national thing, not a partisan thing.
But sometimes we seem to make it a partisan thing, because the reason I'm going to even say that too is because the former leader rather of the opposition.
He's still a leader. He's still a leader.
Okay, right. Okay.
Yes, because he is the chairman of the party.
Okay.
Yes, he's not just the political leader of the party.
Yeah.
But he is the leader. He chairs. He is the chairman of the party, and you know what chairman does? They take charge of things and so on, and organize and so on. So I'm saying, let us say former political leader, but he is the chairman of the party, controls the party.
Okay, right. Okay, I want to put that leader back again. So I would say leader of the opposition.
Yes,
so,
right.
Right.
Yeah. No. I
want to give him a little bit of a title, But he wasn't present at the celebration.
No, he wasn't there. But he is the leader of the party was there. The leader of the party. The leader. I said again, the leader of the party was there. Yes, leader of the NNP was there, and they posted and they shared some and they were glad to be there. I see they post a picture of three of them, the leader, Miss Kate, and Miss the one in from St. Mark.
Oh, Modest.
Yes, and they posted and said, well, we are here. So I'm saying that to say that they were there and they showed it, yes, as part and being part of the 51st anniversary of our independence.
But what I remember about the last one, the 50th anniversary, which I'll never forget, is the fact that the former leader, right?
Political
leader,
yes.
Former political leader now, sat on the flag. You remember he sit on the
national
flag?
Yes.
So Leo, good morning.
Well, good morning. I realize the topic is too tasty to acknowledge me, so I'm waiting on my turn.
Waiting your turn. I agree. Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you? And
I'm holding on. It's what else I can do? I can rush the brush.
Yes, you get that.
Of course. Yeah. So I'm holding on. Yeah.
Yeah. So Leo, what's up? Tell me.
Well, pretty much the same.
Uh-huh.
Nothing to write home about. I mean, there's some observations that were made last week as I visited Grenada
Okay.
that I'll probably share with you guys later, and it just made me more aware that not only our population, but the youth in particular, we need to target them as to making them aware of what government is all about, what's their role in government, and so on and so forth. Because we seem to be always waiting for a direction, a signal, and that we don't seem to think that on our own we sometimes can make a contribution.
Right. Yeah.
Even suggestions, you could learn something from the smallest of us. So that's what my only concern. But other than that, status quo.
Yeah, the celebration. We're just speaking about the celebration, the 51st anniversary.
Well,
To
tell the truth, I was there and I took in the earlier part of it, but I flew out of St. George's because I wanted to be at Leicester, where there was supposed to be a cultural event.
Yeah.
They asked me to be part of it, so I came up for that.
Okay.
Other than that, but I think, to be honest, I didn't view the whole function, the whole celebration. But sometime in the coming future, I'll do so.
Okay.
But what I like about it, I've noticed, the patriotism among our citizens.
Yes.
I see that they for country. They love the country.
Well, I'd like to add another word, not that patriotism, but the excitement, the happiness that is being shown, and the appreciation, for where we are. And of course, boy, I hope next time around we have to tie a red string in the premise neck we can get Maljo.
Maljo?
Yeah.
Maljo come when they're looking at you and talk bad about you, say a thing about you. I mean, they watch you a bad eye.
Not only that.
No, I'm just asking. I mean, Maljo, I know that word. I mean, I've heard it before.
Well, envy and
Yes.
bad feelings and wish when you see somebody is popular or doing well. You know, the average detractor would want to be a manager.
But yes, I know. I mean, I remember in my younger days, seeing people got a tie, pin something on your clothes.
You mean the bush?
Well, whatever it is, I'm just saying. Is that what cut Maljo?
Well, yes, no, but sometimes I remember Olan. When I was growing up,
Yes.
And because of the same Maljo you talk about, my mother and them, they burn some kind of coin or some kind of thing.
Yes, and put it
in a kind of cloth, and sew it up with some garlic and
tie around it. So
that was saying next time around we should get some Maljo.
Not a Maljo, the Toronto Maljo.
Well, yes. So get something and protect him.
Yes, put on the premise of when you get Maljo.
Oh, so he's in danger of getting Maljo.
Yes.
He took good or what?
Obviously.
Well, did you notice the attention he got, which I mentioned, which I observed so readily with the younger population, the people who wanted, they just wanted to be close to him, get a photo with him. They lined up and they were excited and what a beautiful side of us.
Not the younger population, the surging force. They come in and more we do. And I take Carriacou for example, and I always like to say that because the amount of attention and well-meaning attention that is paid to Carriacou, don't talk about the mainland. So I don't think we've had it better, and I don't know when, if at all, we must realize what it is and take full advantage of it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. No matter what they say, but the Prime Minister, in my opinion, means very well, not only the state, but Carriacou in particular. And for that, I'm eternally grateful.
Yeah, definitely, because he's paying a lot of attention to Carriacou. He's given us full support. I mean, there is nothing we could say, that we are not getting, that we should be getting at this time. In a short space of time, we're getting so much. It's even too much to speak about.
Yep, I'm telling you.
So you're talking about special attention given to Carriacou. When he just came on the scene, and I mean just came on the scene, what he was saying, Peter Martinic, Carriacou and Grenadines.
Yes.
And what was the reason he gave? He said, listen, we have to look after the younger ones among us.
Yes, not only younger ones,
I mean, yeah.
but the prior neglected ones too.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, so there is definitely a genuineness about him wanting to look after those who are on the smaller islands, as it were.
Mhm.
I say younger ones, yeah? In that context, not that younger, whatever, but in the context of we are referred to as Greater Carriacou and Pitamatic. Pitamatic is the youngest, smallest among us. So let's give attention to them. And from seeing that time, from seeing those utterances, Carriacou and Pitamatic was on the front burner.
Mhm. Well, why don't we take advantage of a very popular phrase, the vulnerable, the most vulnerable among us. So you started by helping the most vulnerable. Let's say you started with the come to Carriacou and move right on. Those are those areas of the state that don't have as much opportunity as the mainland, let's say.
Yes.
Bigger population, more activities and so on and so forth. So we tend to neglect and forget the smaller ones. But
I think he changed that.
yes.
And the concept, as you have just said, I alluded to, yes, that Carriacou and Pitamatic, really in particular, has been given and treated not as second or third class citizens, and we get just the remnants, but we are an integral part of the state of Grenada, and we should have equal say in what happens in the state of Grenada, which we are part of.
Well, a few times when we had that Gary Blaise era, and Mr. Blaise, whenever he had the opportunity to, he'll do something for Carriacou, but he was very conscious of the fact that the mainlanders will say, well, they want Blaise to bring government house in Carriacou.
Because
so he was very conservative about what he
Right. Yeah. That's
whatever
right.
opportunity he had, he
Yeah.
could do it. But then Eric Gary, realizing how much in later years he wasn't appreciated in Carriacou, and his stance to that was, unless the Carriacous respect me,
then get nothing.
I'll ignore them. Right? So the brief spell we had in the Reverend Morris Bishop, we had a little attention.
Yes.
And so the next best thing for us, since that come, I would say for Mammy Sylvester come up, is Deacon Mitchell.
Yeah.
So we had to appreciate that.
Definitely.
Yes.
We're very thankful to.
Absolutely. And I don't want to spare a minute to show my appreciation.
Just before we move into more things, I just want to make mention, and a big thank you we should give to. Now, there was one caller, in the program a couple weeks ago, mentioned that they were going to be donating some coconut trees to Carriacou, and I made the connection with him. And last weekend, yes, he fulfilled his promise. He sent up 220 coconut plants to Carriacou.
So let me raise my voice in saying to you, sir, we're eternally grateful and we thank you not only for the thought, but the actual deed. Yeah. So
and he took it on his own too, because I remember when speaking to him and he said to me when the boats will be coming, and then I told him, and then he got truck to carry those plants to the boat at his own expense.
Wow.
And besides the sacrifice of giving us 220 plants, I mean, you don't want his name to be mentioned, but I wish he would just call me, and I know I have his number and everything like that, but you don't like to be in the spotlight. He did something for Carriacou for us, and we want to let him know that we appreciate. We really, really appreciate. I mean, that goes without saying.
So men wouldn't call your name, but God knows it. That is important.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We much appreciate it. And the thing about it, though, you wouldn't believe this, Solio, is that these plants didn't last 5 minutes in Carriacou before they were distributed.
Gobbled up.
People were just waiting,
Yeah.
just waiting for him, waiting for the delivery.
But what was ironic, and the recipient here, I think he suffered a misdeed in the fact that he didn't get all gone.
No. That should be so. I mean, you ought to what in collecting the package, the pile, the box or whatever it came in. take out 2 and 3 and say that is for me.
No, but
And the other cluster around me like you, Leo, me. You know?
no, but when no. The thing about it is that you're so happy sometimes to be giving, and you sometimes forget yourself.
Yes.
When Solio came to me and said to me, "Well, listen, I want to get a couple," I said, "Oh my gosh, they're finishing."
So you want it's not that he wasn't well intentioned, but we have a saying nowadays: you slow, you blow.
Yeah. You snooze, you lose.
Snooze, you lose.
Let me take a call. WhatsApp caller coming. Hello.
How are you this morning?
Not too bad at all.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
How are you? Mr. Mills,
Yes.
are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, in the panel. Yes, I just want to bring it to the forefront where you have a prominent minister talking about food security. You're talking about the coconut, and you're talking about 3 islands. I was thinking if you can include the archipelago, the other 30 rocks that food can grow. But these people that's coming back to Grenada, maybe they can help with the food security, with the coconut and other plants, because we have a shortage and there's a threat in the world with food, with Trump threatening to block the food with coming in.
Yes.
So maybe we can get them involved with the food security growing on the other island. Could you include all these other rocks and islands with food security? Because the minister came on your show. He has a show on your channel.
Yes.
And he's talking about food security. I mean, we have to concentrate on that because food is going to be a hard thing to get in the future if they should have a blockage with the containers of artificial food coming in. We should try to go and depend on our own food.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution there.
Yeah.
Certainly, a very good point because coconut feeds us. We can get you get so many things out of the coconut as part of our food security.
And
it's good.
We were very loaded, with a lot of coconuts at one time in Carriacou and Grenadines.
Yes.
And we have lost that, so it's about time for us to start rebuilding.
Well, don't think that burial only damaged houses,
Yeah.
The terrain took a beating.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at, for example, the Lauriston Road going down to the airport. And you see it looks nice and clean, but I am praying that another sea surge don't come here quite soon because a lot more damage will ensue.
But don't they have a brick water wall on the side?
But it's only a portion.
A portion of it.
Okay, a portion of it.
Yes. So we need to get. Let me take a call. Landline caller first. Landline caller coming. Landline caller. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Good morning. Solio and
Sir Coy.
Yes. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Kai and others who are
Good
there.
morning.
And I want to congratulate Carriacou for gaining Independence Queen for this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tell all you in Carriacou, continue doing what you are doing. I listened to the guy that came from Africa while he was speaking. And I know that God never put nobody on a country in a land that the land won't take care of them. So if we develop our country, the country will prosper, but it's who we put to govern. Carriacou is a blessed island. Carriacou used to grow a lot of things, peas, corn, and others. If we pay attention to the pigeon peas we have, and we had a cotton factory at once, and if we pay attention to all what we have, and we provide place so that could increase. Now we have a lot of food. We didn't have to import pigeon peas, neither corn. Corn is the greatest food of all. Remember the Bible tell you in the days in Egypt where corn had to save a lot. So if we had a corn mill, we grind we corn and we export it to other places and we grow a lot. We have a lot of empty lands. So if we do as that same guy to develop our country when we know what is our development plan, God give us agriculture in the first place, he planted that Yardley Eden to take care of the 2% make. So agriculture is the greatest thing that could develop a country. You know what God said? If he's hungry, he have the cattle on 1,000 hills. You know how much cattle we had? Sheep, goat, all that is cattle. And if we had industry for it, we'd have food in our country. But Carriacou was neglected because people believe, those who we put to governors believe Carriacou and Pidgey is no place, nowhere. But if we try to do that now, our food security will be intact.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me take another call. Landline caller? No landline caller. WhatsApp caller now. It's your turn. WhatsApp caller, thank you for waiting.
Good morning, Kim.
Yes, good morning.
How are you doing?
Oh, not bad at all, eh?
Good morning, Solio.
Good morning, sir.
All right. Good morning, brother Kyle.
Good morning to you, my brother.
All right. Good morning, Kevin, wherever you are. I find you all some very jolly this morning, but I wonder if it's independent that caused that. I mean, you all sounding mellow. I have a lady outside my window. She said, man, like, Vice FM win the lotto, the Yankee lotto. I mean, everybody just jolly. The independence really brings some love, boy.
Well, that's always
You know, and not only that, the kind of people we invite this year, you know, this man really know what he's doing, boy. That African man really, I mean, touched me when he talk about people say if he crazy with that land he take and develop. The lady you know talk, she was right on par, you know.
Yeah.
Kim, I heard you all had a meeting last night in Carriacou. I hear big crowd. I hear a man tell me, boy, chock full, bus full. Well, I know they will say that tonight on the talk show.
Well, let me tell you something, you know. It was right next door to me.
Oh, all right. So that means you was right on time.
I was right there. I was listening and I was counting too. I counting who going in and I counting who coming out.
But the amount of people I hear he had there, you couldn't count that?
Well, the thing about it, you know, you'd hear a lot of people from the other side.
Yeah.
But the reality is that the crowd that they're trying to say that they had there was not there. Trust me, I watch everybody.
Well, they will come and say that tonight, you know.
I'm just about 20 yards away, you know. 20 yards, I say, you know. 20 yards.
I could imagine.
So you know, that's right inside my not
almost inside your bedroom?
Inside my bedroom.
What?
Kim, I want to shout out my NDC family as usual. Kieran James, I want to say hello to you. Kessa Sente, as usual, they can't stop you. He's one of the best speakers in Grenada after the Prime Minister. You understand?
Yeah.
When you're talking about Delma Thomas and Gloria Thomas, the twins, and of course my representative, the MP in waiting, Ms. Claudia Joseph, I want to say hello to you too. Something I really want to talk about is Mr. Bain, Archie Bain. This man has been hot. You know, we NDCI, we and NPI, NDCI, we don't like talking about their business, but he's no more with them. When you look at that youth man that qualified, everybody used to say, when Keith was reigning, people say that man is the next Diablo. And the way how they deal with this man with Emlyn Page, just because the man wanted to be Prime Minister in and Prime Minister out. The man treat the man as a dog. And what I realize now, anytime you and this man have a follow, you know he does have the worst thing to say about you.
Well, that's normal. That's
he don't say the worst. If you think the man saying about Mr. Bain, about he and Bowler talking about his benefit. So what are supposed to classify? I want to all kind of break that down for me. I want to be long. I will make a comeback.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dave. 443-0101, 443-0101, 403-0101, and 458-1914. Again, this caller, you know, just mentioned about being whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, the reaction of Diablo, and I've been saying this from ever since the Honorable Deacon Mitchell came on the scene, you know. It has deranged him so much, it's been derailed. He can't think. He just can't think. He's saying all kind of crazy things. I heard him made a statement the other day. Listen, he made a statement the other day in Guave. I think it was in Guave. And there's a talk, Solio, which says, you know, you could be a wolf in sheep clothing, right?
Mhm.
You know that?
Mhm.
Wolves in sheep
Yeah,
clothing.
yeah, yeah.
Right, yeah. But Diablo is so deranged, he's trying to say wolves in sheep clothing. Instead of that, he says sheep
In wolf clothing.
in wolf clothing.
My friends, you have to be aware of some people. Sheep in wolves' clothing.
Wow. And here you get a.
And listen, the supporters and them there, they listen. Yeah. I mean, have you? If you see a sheep in wolf clothing, is that something to be worried about? A sheep in wolf clothing.
Wow.
A wolf in sheep clothing. Yeah, you know that talk. That's dangerous. But he's so derailed. He's so deranged. He can't think.
My friends, you have to be aware of some people. Sheep
in
wolves' clothing.
Man, the brain gone.
Well, that is an an indication he's still suffering from helicopteritis, you remember? I don't think he get over that disease yet.
No.
So, wow.
No. He gone through?
Well,
serious. No, you see, at a certain time, pressure, watch. Pressure does burst pipe.
Yes.
We always say that. Pressure does burst pipe. And when you see you just can't take no more, the brain does, jumbled up and things just coming out from all directions. You can't make sense.
Well, in all fairness, let's give the man some slack, because that last punch was right home,
Yeah.
Which last punch you referring to?
Mr. Bain punch.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Mr. Bain was very big in the Northwest,
Yes.
His constituency is not somebody from Carriacou resign, somebody right inside the house. So that'll affect him, poor fella.
But he's been affected for a while. I mean, that is the knockout blow, or almost,
That might not be the knockout blow.
Well, people say if you can hear, you go feel. If you can see how things going, and you still want to make believe that you're very prominent, and you still have some some say in the politics of this country, you gonna feel.
Well, I tell you, the feeling is real, Feeling it now, and I don't know what's going to happen next, but at the rate at which it's going there, you have to be concerned to a certain extent that he's getting worse.
Well, I would say, as far as your adversary is concerned, self-destruction is the best destruction. You're getting what you want to accomplish without any effort. You go do it for yourself. So destroy yourself. Go ahead now. I have to destroy you for people call me name.
Well, what has been happening with them, and the term I conclude, I think is appropriate. Before I could take that, we're going to get back on that because we have a little time. Vibes FM, landline caller, come in.
Hi, good morning to my friends. How are you doing?
Okay.
Girlfriend.
She coming all
I'm telling you,
Watch him out, eh?
Listen up.
Go ahead.
When I see Dickon Michele, when you have 3 pounds of green peas and you put half pound of rice in it,
Yes.
and a nice grilled fish.
Yes.
Oh God, and you want to eat that?
More peas than rice.
When they put more peas. When they put that man on the big screen, and people gone wild. You can inside the place yesterday.
Yeah.
People gone wild. And I heard somebody saying about he had to 5 children anymore. The man stand up. First she go to take a picture with him as a husband and wife.
Yeah.
And when I look down and in front, I can see the Prime Minister, It's just children there. Who can him like this? I told them to suck blood. When he come out there, the man. All this people and jealous the man too. When this people was raining, this man ain't going in mother belly yet. But no, them man and them eyes on him. But anyhow, let me tell you something. I want to talk a little about the parliament now. When young people do things wrong, we must be able to correct them. I don't hear some people singing like intelligent and the radio program, and then when they speak again, I don't say that. Not the same person make this contribution. How could you compare two wrong don't make a right? That we see that anywhere in the Bible. When you're wrong, you're wrong.
Amen.
And I find the mother of this house should correct the young child. They're not children. They're obsessed with phone. They like to be in phone. So sometimes she forgets she was in the parliament and she dance the phone. If I have my own car and a foreign thing come and he could bring me in a hotel and somebody see me and this man in the hotel and they go and they tell me husband and my husband decide to drop me out. The person was talk wrong.
No.
If I didn't go in the hotel, how my husband would have known that? So I have to get some blame too. I mean, I would like the relationship to go on, but if I mess up and I lose it, I have to satisfy.
Amen.
But they want to blame the person now that snap. He don't have no woman in the feminine face talking as all person in the house. She should know exactly how to treat a phone in the House of Parliament. The Parliament House is to do the people's business, not your business. And I'm sure that young minister, husband, would not have called her and she phone because he know she in the Parliament and I'm sure he know what she going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you make a mistake, you mess up and want investigation and you in your bedroom, so people invade in your bedroom or inside your house. Come on, let us stop that, man. Let us stop that.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say to Mr. W this month, he must stop that. I hear he use a word, because Michelle, the man in everything, and he push up. And how they call the thing where the woman does push up? You a big man in politics at least. Yeah, that man turn me up and I hear he going and stage and talking this crap about Deacon Mitchell. He has to stop that he gets knocked down by a two-pound chicken. Next time around she gets 5 pounds now. So he go get knocked down again by a 5-pound. He didn't know this little police they watching him how he treating them little young one. She said she only there in the yard and she saying, Lord, give me 2 pounds. Just 2 pounds I want to deal with him when he cross the line. And she watching him. When he decided to cross the line and she jumped on him and she chest and she pin him down. He didn't know what time it is. 2 pounds. So a 5 pound go deal with him more time around.
No, serious. But
anyhow, we'll see again.
Okay.
Go ahead, love.
The whole idea is not only Diablo that's been deranged.
Mm-hmm.
It's spreading through the entire party. Everyone has been affected in some way or the other. So this is why you'll find this kind of craziness happening here, there, and everywhere.
Well, what I've concluded, it's unfair to say that Diablo didn't give anything to his successor. Because she had the lie, you know, she could deliver some lies and give people false impression. She's very good at that. So that he didn't keep all for himself, he gave her some. Because when you listen to this lady talking, you swear that, especially on her last visit to Carriacou, you swear that Carriacou was abandoned and nothing was done to Carriacou and so on. So if you have not been here for yourself, you're not here, you think the direct opposite.
We're talking about that, you know, she was here last night.
So that was
she was here last night.
Yeah.
They had a meeting in Ariza conference room last night.
That what you was talking about?
Yes.
Ariza becoming very popular.
Yeah.
And they look at the equal opportunity employer. What?
Yeah.
And I got a rundown on it, you know, but I don't want to let out of the bag yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I always have my antennas out there.
Well, boy, that one I must confess, that one invaded me completely.
Well, I thought you might have planned to go to just to
No, you know, if I was there,
if you go to meeting mashup.
No.
No, they wouldn't have the meeting again.
Well, you're just listening a bona fide citizen.
No. Yeah, sometimes certain people they want to see.
If
I walk in there, if I only walk in there, meeting finish.
Yeah.
Well, it should be so. I'm saying, I don't think it should not be so.
No, you see, they're going to feel so uncomfortable because the lies would not be able to be
told. Yes,
that's it, you know. The lies, because that's all the meetings are about, you know. It's just lies, and none of them could even think proper. And I'd say this again, is because of what I call the implosion. The implosion, what transpired inside the belly of the NNP.
Point I'm making, when you are doing your own destruction, I'm free.
Right.
I had to pelt a punch. You bust your nose.
And that's it.
Mhm.
And so now what transpired since early, which they didn't realize was developing, is when Diablo decided that he was going to take control of the party and the convention.
Mhm.
If you remember back.
Yes.
And then he got pressure from the media
Mhm.
because everybody was saying straight out, hey, how many years no convention. But in the meantime, he was worried about the explosion that could take place inside of the party that could embarrass him. So he went ahead now and set it up in such a way that he will be victorious. And in so doing, he created the implosion. And I just look at the word implosion. And for those of you listening, implosion, just look it up on Google. And it says it's an instant of something collapsing violently inward.
Yeah.
So inward means inside
Mhm.
the NNP. I feel like a teacher this morning.
Go ahead.
Yes, okay. So now, after he announced the convention on the 15th of December, that was where the implosion started. And bam, on the 14th, thereabout, Peter decided he's going to call it quits. Boom! He surfaced and he said, I don't want to be part of this anymore. And he jumped out. And that was it. And that was the continuation of that. But he didn't finish there, After Peter finished the boom, 17 gun delegates, more activity inward activity, I call it that, inside. And you think you finished there, joke making. By the time you turn around again, you then implosion in the corner there, 6 more gun.
Wow. That's fast acting.
And by the time you turn around again, you hear 4 more gun. It's just going left, right, and center. And by the time you turn around again, you hear boom, bin gun.
Yeah, but you have to give this man credit. In the face of adversity, man, he stand up like a tyrant. He's still trying to do something. We're still trying to give somebody an impression that everything is good.
Well, I understand he wearing Pampers, so this way,
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So this way, you wouldn't absorb, you wouldn't smell nothing.
Yeah.
So laughing. No toilet paper.
Oh.
Anyway, hold on, guys. Too many lines are blacking up, WhatsApp callers, we ask you please hold on. Let me take them line 9 callers first. Line 9 caller, come in.
Mr. Mills, good morning. Greetings.
How
are you?
Oh, okay. How are you doing?
Pretty all right, by the grace of God. Mr. Coy, Mr. Joseph.
Good morning, sir. One of my favorite callers, I must admit.
Listen, Mr. Mills.
Yes.
I always have to make this quote from a British and England, you call them.
Mm-hmm.
In 1802, 1808, they were about something. A fellow they called Walter Scott, he was a poet. We did that in school. I don't know if you read the Royal Reader.
Of course.
But he said these words in one of his poems. Oh, what a tangled web we weave, because first we practice to deceive. And he went on. Listen, Keith Mitchell, from the time he started in politics, his aim was to deceive. And he tied up that he's so tied up now that he even tied up himself even more, trying to untangle himself. It's unfortunate. But he brought himself there. I hear him make some ridiculous, I don't believe that he's getting senile yet. No, because I think,
Yes.
But you see, he didn't remember. The problem is he doesn't remember the things that he said prior because he's a liar. He's a narcissist. I know that. I know that the individual had to deal with. Listen, I sat before that man in his capacity as Minister of Public Communications and Work. I know the man. And we've had our goings and ringing and so on against the Constitution and the laws of the country since back then in 1989. Listen to me, Mr. Gentleman.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen. There is something I would like you to refer to. I know you're going along a particular topic now, but before I see you have to step aside. And I listen to the program after, so I'd like to get your response to this. On the 6th of February, a couple of years ago, there was an interview with that man on a quote-unquote podcast, they call it these days, which he recorded with some one of his little people there. He made some very interesting statements. He was questioned from minute 24 to minute 36. In this document, because I think it lasted 39 minutes, yes? From minute 24 to 36, he was questioned 2 or 3 questions about the Constitution and the constitutionality and those who challenge in today's and so on. And he made some very interesting statements. I like Mr. Coy as he sits along you to probably get into his cell phone and so on and all the modern technology and bring it up and play some of the excerpts that you find between that space to Mr. Keith about, on words uttered by Keith Mitchell, who served in politics for 52 years or about, if I not remember. Because since in 1972 he was in politics, but he separated and he came back a day before. Being the Prime Minister of his country between 20 and 22 years thereabout, if I calculated correctly. And the things he is saying today about the constitutionality about Grenada, I think Grenadians have to hear these utterances. Despite you go on with your subject matter all for now, but I'd like sometime in the course unit of the day that you pick excerpts from these statements made on the 6th. The name of the thing, I think they call it Louis. That's what I put in. I put in X, they told me. Because somebody tell me it's Lewy here from the dock or something like that. So I know we normally say let in pronunciation, dialectic pronunciation of the word let. So I put let we, ding, ding, ding. The machine rejected. And then I call back the brother, I say, well, here now, man, he said, no, John, I forget to tell you, I had to put Louis, Lewwe. But anyway, that is what it is identified as. Louis here from the dock. So check it out, please, Mr. Coy. During your moments there alongside Mr. Ned, and let us hear a little more. We'll be grateful. But continue discussion. I only hope that as we go along and so on, we start making recommendations to the people of this here country on what we ought to do as a people to start modifying the direction of this here country into the future for the next 50. God forbid if we have to carry along the same course. But you enjoy yourselves, I'm out here.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, Mr. Rolo. Always happy for your contribution.
Okay. 443-0101 again. 443-0101 and 403-0101. 458-1914. 458-1914. Very interesting. Very, very interesting what's going on right now. And in the meantime, what is going on in government? Government is focused on delivering to its people, All this implosion and all this craziness that going on there on the other side there. Then bother the Prime Minister, You look at the way he carries himself, you look at the way he's getting respect from world leaders, from the citizens and everybody like that. He's focused. Yeah. Let her fight. Let her implode.
The only things that are important for the state. Kim, and that's one of the things that bother me, and thinking about the whole independence celebration, all those good things. What I'd very much like to see is we keep on putting more and more emphasis food independence, food production, because, oh God, we're blessed with that fertile soil in the world. And we ought to encourage the youngsters. If not, if you don't want to do it as a profession, a little garden around the place to feed yourself. We have okra, we have tomatoes, all those things that you don't have to go on. You don't have to go in the mountains to do. So a little bit of gardening is going to help all. And I think we should put a little more emphasis on that.
Well, as you just mentioned that, the richest man came here, Dangati. What's his name again?
Dangati, yes.
Dangati, He mentioned the importance of agriculture.
Yeah, of course.
He mentioned that. He said this is very, very important. And if we get it to a standard, we could be exporters rather than importers.
So true.
And that's where you're going to build yourself, because you don't have to depend on the outside world to supply you, especially with the changing in times now. And there's going to be a lot of restrictions and things like that out there pretty soon, that would be difficult to import. And you have to grow your own and eat what you grow.
In addition to each one teach one, each one try to feed one.
Yes.
And in this way, we'll be less dependent on all this crap that's comes from abroad, with all these preservatives and all these good things. And we have enough sheep dung and all these things. We don't want artificial fertilizer. We can get it natural.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yep.
But we were speaking just now about the implosion, and the leader of the new national party. There's two leaders, Hold on.
Yeah.
There's a leader of
political leader.
There's a political leader. Yeah. There's a political leader and an opposition leader. Well, first time I'm seeing that, happening in our country. Yeah? So we have two leaders on one side. But the leader of the New National Party is upset because all she's hearing is about registration. Resignations. And she's tired of that.
So I say to you, the last time that I want to hear from you about any resignation is tonight. After tonight, we are moving forward.
But listen, hold on. That was said about a week ago. Last time she wanted to hear about it. But last night in the meeting, she was talking about resignation again. I don't have the clip yet, but I will be able to produce that pretty soon. Just imagine that. So you telling me, don't speak about it. You don't want to hear about it. And then you coming back and make it a topic again. The effect of the implosion. All listen to that. The effects of the implosion is taking place right now. Vibes FM, Lana and Caller, come in. Lana and Caller. Caller.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, yes.
Happy Valentine's for everyone and to all of Carnival.
Thank you. Same to you.
I just want to say with regards to what was done in the Parliament. In places like that, we ought to know that there are signs that say no cell phone, no, turn off, and, cameras and all of that. So the lady in question is a seasoned member of Parliament, and she ought to know better. How would you feel as a teacher if you're in front teaching the class and children at the back doing their own thing? There are times when you want to put them out or you want to beat them, you want to send and call parents. And these are the things we ought to know as adults. We have to set example. And the Parliament is laced with cameras. How do you know who, did it? There are cameras all over the place. And those responsible and those around us to let her know this wasn't the right thing to do. As regardless of who put it out, maybe it wasn't the right thing, but what she was doing is wrong. If you're deliberating in nation business, how could you be shopping online? This is not right. And we ought to let people know, even the adults, even those we love so much, when they are wrong. And that is why our children keep going astray, because we are not prepared to discipline them. Have a great day, everyone.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
much,
Well said.
That topic has been talked about for quite a while now, ever since the occurrence. And I'm very surprised that the MP brought it into Parliament to talk about it.
Yes. That's something you should put on the rug and hope that it disappear forever.
Forever, don't even make nobody know about it. Just let it die. Let it fail. But you go in there now.
Remember school children, we had a saying wrong and strong?
But hold on a minute. You in my house. Listen, the House of Parliament is the house of our house, people's house. Whatever goes on in that house, we ought to know. They are responsible for telling us. So one of the reasons why they do now is that it's brought live. So in other words, if you can't be there in person, you could follow it on whatever media source that you're using, right? That's the whole idea. So whatever goes on inside of there is our business.
Well, she should know that is not the place for it. And if you do it and you get caught, be quiet, no man.
That's all.
Be quiet.
You're in there supposed to be doing our business, and then you have the guts to go and bring it up.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today not only as a member of Parliament, but as a citizen who has experienced a grave violation.
What is a violation? What is this grave violation?
Well, from what I understand, and listen to it, I think is a privacy.
Privacy in my house?
Yes, I'm saying, from what I understand. I ain't saying
so
that's
privacy?
what it is. The violation to her is that who dare interfere with my private and personal
in my public place?
Well, right.
Public space?
I hear you, but I'm just saying
But if you guys remember, there's a precedent to that nonsense, because you remember when that good citizen videotaped the patient on the ground of the Osprey. It was being said that we're violating the patient's privacy. How could it be private on a deck? A boat deck. What's private about that? So he's consistent. He's consistently thinking.
You're right. They thinking is consistent.
Yeah.
Vibes FM, call a comment.
I never hear more.
Yes, good morning, yes.
I don't make them laugh. Anyway, you see, this is why these people and them cannot give a good contribution in debate in the parliament. Because they do other things when they should be paying attention when the colleague is speaking.
The people's business.
Or when the government side is speaking. They do their own thing, and when it's time for contribution, no. They wasn't like a children. I mean, this is the people's business, eh? Why you should be on the phone doing something else? That is respect as far as I see.
Amen.
Whether there is a law or no law. It's like the teacher teaching you in the class, and here you on a cell phone playing game. I mean, come on. I don't understand these people, and yet these people want to speak on our behalf. They want to deliver. What do you want to deliver Grenada? Grenada in trouble? This is the best Grenada I've been witnessing for years. And they want to deliver Grenada from that to bring it back into us. That could never happen. They're good right where they are. They will continue playing the game they're playing, and they're going to lose. Last night, I get in a reverb.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Right. Try now. Keep going.
Okay.
Yes.
Last night, I was viewing Facebook, and I saw a video with the Prime Minister, and I think it's a Ghanaian blogger, and they were going through I think it's Western Hall. And one of the things I heard the blogger say, well, witness, the Prime Minister is walking through the village without no guns, no security. What happened? Then the lady next to him tell him, Grenada is a peaceful country. I could guarantee you, it was before 2022 election, and he was here, and the then PM would have been walking through, he'd have seen guns. Yeah, he'd have seen camouflage uniform. But it shows that our Prime Minister have an understanding. He's a simple man. Yeah? And he ain't going walking about creating any dust to go into the eyes and the nose. He has nothing to worry about because he ain't do nobody nothing. And I do this thing, and to be honest, when I check those comments, wow, I had to go and attend to something else, and I couldn't come off the phone, The comments on them was so strong, so powerful. People from Africa, North America and Europe, the Caribbean, commenting on our Prime Minister. We haven't seen that yet in the countries where they're calling from, but they're watching it live, okay, from Grenada. How your Prime Minister could be on the street. You have a nice shot on him. When people start commenting on the show, he have my short pants and his shooting foot. And he walking through, greeting people. Some of them bring them in a home, give them things to eat and drink, give them fruit and all kind of things. And people just enjoying the way things going at the time. We ever had that before?
Never did.
I knew about Sir Eric. Okay?
Yeah.
I knew about Morris. Well, I knew all them Prime Minister. But this is the cleanest I see. And he does not look over his shoulder. And the man is so popular. I'm going to tell you why. Popularity is not because people coming around you. It's because you serve the people well. Okay? Sometimes they were not there, but they hear your pass and they start to jump up the glass. Okay? And I think that is what we've seen from our Prime Minister.
Yep.
On the other side, They're not only vexed, they are frustrated because they were never able to have such a display to show that they are in a country that is free. I saw Tillman did it. Tillman left his security across by the tunnel. And he was like, he was coming out in town. I was there. I heard it first way. He left the security when he used to live up in Hermitage. And he going in the garden and look after the animal. You see, my grandmother used to tell me, do nothing, afraid nothing. If you could walk the street in the night and don't look back over your shoulder, then you don't nobody nothing surfing. I'm happy for Grenada. The con could not have come before. There is a man for always such a time like this. And that was his turn to come and stamp that sort of, what should I say? That sort of, I'm trying to get the word. Proving that even among the average Joe, he is secure. You could sit on the side of the road if you wish and play dominoes.
Yep.
You see, and I'm talking about people from Africa, even the blogger himself. He was saying, look, we in Africa, we can't see our leaders. But here is your prime minister walking through village, just like two ordinary people going on a stroll.
Caller, to every rule, there's an exception. He says a prophet has no honor in his country except deacon.
Except the sun. You always have something to make it better.
Yes.
So let them steady and confuse themselves. I like my prime minister. You know what? Mine. I'm going to mind mine too.
Okay.
Take care. Thank you.
Okay, Colin, thank you so much. All right, let's continue. And the lines are open. We got all the lines open right now in case you want to be part of the conversation. But getting back to what took place in Parliament and the response from the representative, Implosion. She is, as a teacher, she's a teacher, right? Or she's still teaching or something like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, teacher.
She's a teacher, right? Okay. But she should know better as a teacher.
Pay attention in class, man.
Yes, pay attention in class. Don't be disruptive. Don't ignore what's going on in the classroom. But that's what she's been doing. And she's been caught. Keep quiet now. Keep quiet. You have the gall to go ahead.
The first time I'm speaking publicly on this matter. The unauthorized recording of my personal, not government, my personal cell phone screen by a stranger
in Parliament, in the house, this house. Is that her house?
Yes.
But I again, if you listen to what she said, who's a stranger? Define a stranger in Parliament. Who is a stranger in Parliament in terms of who can you refer to as a stranger? The person ought not to be there. The person that was right there. I mean, just the use of the word stranger. I find it difficult for me to accept that. You know?
Stranger.
Who's a stranger in Parliament?
My house, you know. This is our house.
I mean, you have to obey the rules and regulations of the house. I mean, and I expect everybody.
But there's no legislation saying that you can do this in the house or do that in the house. No, there's nothing like that. And you want to even stretch it further to say, good, you want an investigation and people brought to justice. But let's take a call. Guys, FM caller coming. Caller, line caller. Hello, yes, you're on.
Hello?
Yes, hello, yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, in connection with that incident what happening in the Parliament, or the issues, I think that the speaker is part of the problem. You know, the speaker is to blame because he allowed the lady to go on, which he said that it is not done for that special sitting. Then I think was Delmas get up and talk on mental health issue.
Okay.
Then our next person get up and talk. Our next lady get up and talk, and that's the liar.
The leader. Yeah.
Get up and talk about the same issue, and you already made a ruling that This is for a special sitting, and if you want to bring up something like that, your some special leave should be granted. So these two get up and talk on that issue. Then the Prime Minister get up and say, well, if we allow this continue and we're taking punches, and in other words, are we not responding? What is the perception out there? So the PM made his point. After that, he said, okay, we will balance it. We will create a balance, two on each side. So I think the leader of government busy get up and started to talk, and he shut him down.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, but so I don't have no confidence in that speaker. The speaker, it seems like they're taking him, the opposition taking him and make a few papi should, because you make a ruling, you tell her, okay, this is not done. And why you, in the first place, why you allow her to continue? But she, anyhow, he made her finish her point. Then the other, the leader of the opposition come back and say the same thing, and grant permission. So the speaker is a joker. I have no confidence in that speaker anymore. And it turned me off from listening in Parliament. Something more local though. The trucksmen, the truck on the road, I realized that they're carrying gravel and wood and thing now, and this big truck. And these guys they're driving this truck so far with this amongst the load. I think that's a recipe for disaster, I hope nothing that happen. And I think this traffic department need to look into that. That these young guys on them like they're racing. Full speed on the road like a car. Heavy load. So that is something that the traffic department needs to look into. And whatever the paint came for the homes, I didn't hear mention if they come and collect it or what is the situation.
Well, nobody came to me as yet. And I still have it in my possession, and I'm willing to give it to them at any time. So I think it could be good if people like you get in touch with them and try to get them to move and do something.
Yeah. Because this something that they need to be painted, man.
Yeah.
You can't see. And one more point. Let's mention. You remember a couple of years ago when this famous statement came out? Who said you?
Yes.
Yeah.
The spine.
Yes.
Are they talking about violation now, and they're majoring in minor now? So that is something you have to piggyback on and look what happened in the past also. As somebody said, you in the Parliament doing the people's business. Why should you be on other issue that is not related to the Parliament?
Yeah.
That is why they cannot make any valid contribution anyhow. All right.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Every time I open my phone now, I have to turn back to look at the strangers. And I'm aware of who the strangers were in the house at the time. Mr. Speaker, this is more than just a personal concern. It is a matter of principle, integrity, and security. If a sitting member of this house can have their privacy breached in this manner.
Really?
Privacy?
Privacy. Your privacy breached in the House of Parliament. Listen, this implosion is very effective.
No, a lot of things we have going for us upside down.
Really? Your privacy breached in the House of Parliament. So that's a private house now. In other words, nobody's supposed to be there maybe than just you.
But I'm saying, it's just that it's I don't know. So they were referred to as enemies, now they're referred to as strangers. I mean, it's just think about it in that way. That's how you mindset. That's how you see them. And for those who breach your privacy, because you said you know them. You said so. Yeah. You said you know them. In that case where you're wondering if you know them, why you want an investigation again for? Just hold the culprit and say, listen, this is he.
Take me to court.
Yeah.
If that's the procedure.
Well, if you bring your bedroom operation in Parliament and people talk about stealing them. Huh? Yeah.
You see the thing about it, the embarrassment of being caught red-handed. And this is not saying, there was evidence to show that you are not paying attention and doing our business that we put you there to do.
Say no more. I would submit say no more about it. I agree with you so totally.
Let me take a call. Vibes FM, landline caller
Good
coming.
morning, Mr. Coy, and
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody.
Good morning, my dear.
And Mr. Coy, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's Miss V.
Yes, yes.
That lady has to go back to school. And then she's demanding that the speaker what she used, demand that he does something about it. She's not ready. She's not ready. Have a nice day. Bless you all and love you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Same here. Same here.
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, what does it say about the safety and confidentiality of others? Not just me, our fellow citizens, journalists, even government officials, Mr. Speaker. The seriousness of this matter must not be overlooked.
I mean, that's the biggest joke I ever heard. Honestly, I mean, to have somebody making such a statement and on an issue like that, keep your mouth shut.
Seriousness of the matter.
Seriousness, she says. And not that, but the thing about it is that when they make this kind of statements, they get in backing sometimes, you know, from their colleagues, because the leader, Koi, am I saying it right this time? The political leader.
Pierre.
Jumping now to support.
Yes,
Mr. Speaker, what happened
she can sit
in
down.
this honorable house at the last sitting that was referenced by the member for St. Andrew Northeast? Mr. Speaker, I don't believe it's just deeply troubling, but Mr. Speaker, I think it really hits to the core of our democracy and our integrity. Mr. Speaker, I want to say this. I've had the opportunity to serve in this house on previous occasions. And I want to say with certainty that there has never been what I described as such a vile and disrespectful act committed in this house against a member.
Oh, just imagine that, eh? I mean, really, she's getting support from the other side, or not from the other side, rather, from a colleague as well. Vibes FM caller coming. Caller?
Kim Company, good morning.
Yes,
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
A long time I have not been there. Mr. Leo, after I finish my contribution, I would like you to sort of give us in Grenada a sort of update on the progress that have been made since hurricane. Yes. In terms of the progress that have been made. I would very much like to know. So after I finish my contribution, I would like to hear your take on the progress so far that has been made.
Okay.
As it relates to the parliamentarian from I think St. Andrews not west or whatever. Yeah. It's unfortunate, very much unfortunate. And I think sometimes when you don't say anything in response to queries that have been made, some people feel comfortable and feel that they have a right now to speak publicly and boldly. And I think that is what is happening with her. Because the speaker did not make any utterances about it when that thing broke, whether he knew about it or not. And a lot of people talk about the privacy and whatever. And Coy did make mention of it. The House of Parliament is where you go to conduct the people's business. And you are parliamentarian. This is not a private place. This is a public space. It's a government facility. It's the house of the people. And there's one thing about it though. I don't think if a private person would have done that, I don't think that is permissible in the house. Let me say that. I'm a very clear person. However, what she was also doing there was not appropriate. And I think Mr. Coy made the point, or one of you all made the point. She being a teacher herself, someone in the classroom, one of our students, she's teaching and one of our students is on a tablet, maybe looking at some Pokemon game or whatever. How would she respond to that student? Because she's actually teaching the class. And, it just boils back to the individual. Because sometimes she makes some real weird contributions in the house to certain matters that is before the house. And it just brings you back as to why that is happening. Because if she is actually listening to the contribution that is made, so in response that she can respond properly, I mean, it just shows you why that is happening, because she's not listening. It's like she's just there, and whoever is speaking, she don't give them no mind. And she go and say whatever she wants when her turn to speak. And this is not good example that you set for the population, young people, and they like to talk about young people. You know what I mean? It's very unfortunate with her. And as I say, the recording of the incident, of that thing, it may not be appropriate in the house to do. I don't think you can videotape in the house, whatever. I sure that is one of the rules as public people coming in there. You cannot laugh, you cannot clap, and all this sort of thing. And there are certain rules that the public who is coming in to listen to the debate, I don't think they could partake in. But at the same time, what she was doing was wrong, was inappropriate. I mean, come on, she have to admit that. And just let the matter die. When you're calling on the Speaker of the House, no, to investigate what he's not a policeman. And I don't think he should even involve anybody into going. What I think should happen is just an appropriate statement should be made in the Parliament as to the behavior of parliamentarians. If I was living in that area where this woman I was representing, I would have been embarrassed.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you do your shopping at home and talking about privacy in your home. When you're outside, it's public space.
In the Parliament.
And yes, people, you say people fast and they whatever to mind your business. But when you're in the public, these things happen. If you go kissing up in the public with some person, the public will see.
And they'll talk.
But if you go in your bedroom and you do that and they record you, then it's a different matter.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know, But Mr. Leo, I think Mr. Leo said right. It's all boiled down to the desperation of these people.
Yeah.
Yes? And it's unfortunate that they have to be making that an issue in the Parliament. Yeah. And I hope that the Speaker resolve it, very, very swiftly. And to the gentleman that said he had no confidence in the Speaker there, and he don't think he will listen to him anymore. Let me share that. Sometimes, and Mr. Leo, I think would bear me out on that. There are sometimes, you have to bend backwards for some people. If your child in your house is doing certain things, you may not want to tolerate him as well as much as you would tolerate your neighbor's child. for want of for it to show fairness. It is not. I don't think the Speaker did that because he was being unfair to the government side. But if the history since the NDC has come into office 2022, anything you do, the government does. Anything. Even in the Parliament, I mean, the Speaker is new to these things, but I know he's been a teacher himself. I know he read a lot of things. You know what I mean? So he's not going there like a dumb, and he will be improving time and time again. So he's trying to be fair. Don't seem to be leaning on one side or the other.
Okay.
And sometimes those people in your house would not get the same sort of treatment like those on the outside. But it's not that he's being unfair.
Okay.
And I just wanted to make that sort of interjection there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I close.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen, and have a good day.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
I thought the caller said he wanted to hear from you, Sir Leo.
Yeah, well, let me say this. To clearly explain what is happening in Carriacou, we must understand the context. I mean, this system that passed through Carriacou, first of its kind in the region, that kind of ferocity. So you must understand that in addition to the damage that was done to Carriacou, the trauma that followed, and so on and so forth. So everything, when you're shocked and you're surprised, you're not able to work as efficiently as you normally would. Good. But given that, what was done to Carriacou since burial, again, I would say, is the first of its kind in terms of attention. And I would say the average administration would not be able to do what was done by this present administration, what we accomplished. The cleaning of the place, removing all the debris, even though some people talk about it shouldn't be placed here or there or anywhere, we had to do what is best at the time. So I would say the government did a more than satisfactory job cleaning up the place, and now we're talking about building back. And things we got, not only because we don't have the population or the workforce to do what is done, but because of the type of people we have around. A lot of people jump to our aid because we have a very trusted prime minister, a very trusted administration. See, not only regionally, but internationally. A lot of houses was built back. That, to me, was in record time. And now, as we continue, there are more houses that are arriving in Carriacou, and things are getting on the way. Don't let anybody fool you about nothing has been done in Carriacou. A lot has been done in Carriacou. And even though the type of system we had, as I said earlier, was unprecedented, it's the first time of its kind, we're doing as good a job as any other place in the world. So I would say, take my word for it, Carriacou is faring well and will continue to fare well.
And if I were to piggyback a little bit on what you're saying there, Sadio, in that we have had so many services brought back in Carriacou. For instance, the hospital, electricity, the clinics, the police station, administrative buildings. I'm talking about government, services, something like that, that's been brought back already. Besides things like the schools are in operation. Let me tell you something. And on top of that, the amount of homeowners that have received the attention and support from the government in the terms of labor, in the terms of materials, in whatever way that they were able to do it, they are doing it and they still continue to do it. And bear in mind, listen, it's only 7 months, But we sometimes, look, expect things to be made like a magical one. 7 months, And the amount of houses, as a matter of fact, I spoke to our minister this morning, and he says to me, this coming Saturday, they're going to hand over another 3 houses to citizens. As fast as they're finishing them, so they're handing them over, And the goal is to give over 200 in the prefab. They're already giving about 27 plus. Then they have the build back project going on there, left, right, and center. And on top of all of that, the problems we have here now is accommodation. There's very little accommodation. Even though you want to bring in a workforce to give you more assistance, there's nowhere to put them. Materials is a problem. Again, that is one of the issues that we have to contend with. Materials coming into Carriacou now is a problem, and the demand is so great that it's almost sometimes impossible. When something comes into Carriacou, 2 days, finish. And some people know I've just left back there because they don't have the labor force. That some can't get the materials, and there's so many other things that disturbing accommodation that right now Carriacou is on a trajectory faster than I've ever seen or could think about any place in the world.
Caller, let me say this, and if I'm going to blow my own whistle, you're hearing from a bona fide kayak. Leo Joseph says he's very much satisfied with the progress that has been made so far, and take that to the bank. Case closed, argument rest.
You can depend on that.
Yes.
Depend on. But generally speaking, I think, and so I'm glad that you made that point as part of the response. Whatever we say here on Speak Out Unfiltered, it's reliable. Yeah. So we know we don't just come in and say things because we want to diss anybody, but the information is what it is. Of course, we may differ on certain things, but I'm saying the point is you can always rely on us for information that's accurate. Yes?
Yeah.
So don't worry yourself. When it comes from Speak Out Unfiltered, exactly where you need to get it from.
And Sadio, you mentioned earlier on too, the attention that Carriacou has gotten from this administration is unheard of. It never happened in the history of Carriacou yet.
But let me tell you what, and every time, go to the beach every morning, and I walk past the administrative building on my way back home.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look, just for example, it may seem trivial, I never see so much new vehicles in Carriacou coming from the government.
Yeah.
I set the whole thing breaking down, and when they finish it, they're going to send it in Carriacou.
Yeah.
And I know the amount of money that is being spent in Carriacou now. If for some other administration, a lot of that go in pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me on that one.
And right now, Carriacou, like I said, been getting so much attention.
But it pains me that but probably some of them are old enough to understand what we're talking about. They're just not old enough to understand what we're talking about. But those of us who've seen a few full moons in Carriacou and have lived here as long as I have lived, and have experienced as much as I have experienced, I can tell you that's why I call myself bonafide. The real deal.
Yeah.
They don't get them more real than you. Just in Carriacou, and I would boast that. Even so, saying so myself.
No, you're quite right. You're quite right. What's going on here now, believe me, I'm very proud of our achievement and the progress, the rate we are making progress building back. And boy, I've been proud of Carriacou ever, but I'm prouder.
Yeah. We're good. We're good. We're doing good, Color. In a nutshell, we're satisfied with what's going on. You will have people making dissensions and so on, but that's normal,
And you see sometimes some people come in here now, and they're looking and they're making statements and saying, wait now, you didn't get damaged. The person, from what they were hearing, but they don't realize the amount of work was put in to clean up and rebuilding in a short space of time. That is what they can't get to know.
Yes.
The short space of time, they say, well, nothing didn't happen. What do you mean nothing didn't happen? It was devastating. It was to the worst you could ever been.
And I'm telling you, whatever we neglect or whatever didn't happen is because poor little Carriacou couldn't have the competent force to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But as incompetent as we are, and where we are now, I'm very much satisfied. Could be better, but it will.
And there's something that you spoke about and mentioned there too, about the cleanup and the debris and everything like that. Now, just a couple of days ago, this high-tech compressor or compactor, that came to Carriacou to finish up with the debris and clean out and bring back the Havervale playing field and the Hillsborough playing field back to the way it was and better. In a matter of time, within the next 6 weeks, because they have the badges and everything like that, they're just going to be loading the containers with the debris and getting it out and 24 hours they're working, 24 hours.
Caller, take it this way. Let me give you a simple and Carriacou term. I'm so happy about the effort that is being made by my Prime Minister that if he comes to Carriacou, put him on my bed and sleeping on the ground. Say no more.
Say no. Vibes FM, you say no. Yeah. Caller, come in. Caller.
Good morning.
Yes, hello.
Good morning.
Mr. Coy, Solio,
yeah.
Good morning,
and you, Mr. Kim.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes, I want to continue to beat a dead horse.
Go ahead. He might get up. Beat it.
Watch. Caller. Before you go. Put a pan, a basin or some kind of bread pan over there.
Say that again.
You have to put a bread pan over the head when you're going to beat the horse.
The poor caller know what that is when fall get.
Listen. You're going to have to teach me that. Because got to teach me how to do that. This. I wonder if I could call her a woman. I wonder if I could call her a member of parliament in the truest sense of the word. I mean, to go and embarrass herself, her party, and her leader, in parliament. As somebody has called before, and they talk about, being a teacher and the example she's setting for the students that she's teaching. if I'm a parent who have a child, not only in her class, but even in the school which she teaching, I would take my child out. Yeah, I would do that. I would take my child out because if you have that kind, because teachers are influential people. They could influence the direction, the character of a child. Right? You have a great job in forming the character of the child. Right? I would take my child out of the school. As a matter of fact, I would suggest that parents who have children in the school that she's teaching form a delegation and go to the principal and have her removed. Yeah. No, serious.
Yes.
As I say, I want to beat a dead horse. The thing happened, it was published, and it kind of died down because something else happened. In her wise stupidity, she go and bring it up again in Parliament. What she don't realize, I don't think they realize that the world is looking and listening. The click of a button, you could hear and see whatever is going on wherever you are in the world. And now that Grenada is on the map, the international map, you know, I mean, she is causing people to look at us as though we're stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of mentality. I mean, if you want your privacy, say, oh, let me just say it this way. I think she forgot where she was. She must have thought that she was in her bedroom. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems to me that it's a custom she accustomed doing. It's something she accustomed doing. That is why she cannot make a valid and valuable contribution to the progress of the nation. You understand?
Yep.
And that speech she gave yesterday she had nothing to do with it. You know, she was reading what she was given to read.
Right.
Compare go back a little and look at a few of her quote unquote speeches. Compare the sentence structure. You know? Something is wrong. As a matter of fact, I am embarrassed for her, if it was possible, that she went in the people's house, to call it private. Something is wrong with her. Something is wrong with her. Last night I was looking on Facebook and I saw she post a thing where she making oil dung. You know? If that is the case, you should not put that out there for people to see, because that is your private. You doing your thing in private, whether in she house or wherever she was doing it.
Right.
That is your private space. You know, I want somebody to explain to her what private means. You cannot go in the House of Parliament, aka the people's house, to do the people's business and expect to be private. I'm wondering if she would like them to move Parliament in her bedroom so she could be private. I mean, if you want your privacy, then move Parliament in your bedroom. A gentleman called before and he said that he blamed the speaker. I agree and disagree with him at the same time, right? In that this was a specially called session to deal with one matter. And in my estimation, he should have stopped her from carrying on, right? Because that matter had nothing to do with the matter that was tabled.
That's correct. Yeah.
But on the other hand, this is where I agree with him. On the other hand, he exposed her stupidity. He exposed her ignorance.
Right. Yeah. So he walked out.
So it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
He stopped the member on the other side, I think the leader of government business, he stopped him from rebutting, right? But I'm glad in a way. I'm glad in a way that he allowed the Grenadian public, as a matter of fact, the world, to see how stupid she is. She embarrassed. And if I was her, the chairman. Oh, by the way, was he in Parliament yesterday or day before, whatever day it was?
No, he wasn't.
I can't remember seeing him.
No.
The chairman of the party?
No.
I can't remember seeing him, right? She not only embarrassed herself, she embarrassed him. And more than anything else, the leader of the NNP in Parliament, she should, embarrassed and shame is not the word I should take, to get up and support a woman who openly insulted you in Parliament by while you are speaking on a matter, she is shopping on her phone. You see how the things are going. Yeah? And I think all of that is a result of being desperate. They have nothing to offer. When I was growing up, and I talking too much, my mother used to say, empty vessels make the most noise.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that is a classic case of empty vessels making the most noise.
But
you have nothing to say?
Shut up.
You have nothing to
say. Shut up. But I'd say, caller, I say it's the effect of the implosion.
Yes, I agree with you.
The effect of the implosion.
The only way I thought the speaker would have come in to say, well, stay on topic and don't bring this kind of sakayenis. Ever heard the word sakaye?
Yeah.
Don't bring sakaye in Parliament. So,
okay.
Yes, all right.
No, but it serves a good purpose, right?
Yeah.
Then those NNPites with a little more sense, right?
Hard to find.
Would begin, I know it's hard to find, but they would begin to think, she embarrassed the whole party. Getting back to the question of the resignation, especially with Mr. Bain, right?
Yeah.
I cannot understand how foolish and how ignorant you could be, because this man was next in line, right? And I see him, I think the political leader or the chairman, whatever he is now, realized that is going to be tough competition between him and the now leader of the opposition, right?
Yeah.
So in order to keep her there, and I want to quote Ken Jones, keep the TV there, right? He had to do whatever he had to do to get rid of them. My question is, why is only now they're seeing the vindictiveness of this man? You've been in the party for years. You knew what he was all about. And it's only now because you don't get the position you want or whatever it is you want from him, you begin to expose him. All of them to take what they get. You understand?
Well,
because they know the type of man. And I heard you make reference to Mr. Citizen Rulo. Made reference to a new program. Up to yesterday, I take a look at it. I am told from who have better medical knowledge than me that if you're crazy, they could do something for you. Right? They could give you an injection, they could give you a tablet, they could shock you, they could, you know what I mean?
Right.
To help you. But if you're insane, they can't do anything for you. Right? So I think this man is insane. Based on what I heard he said yesterday, talking about the prime minister and what? He have the Trump derangement syndrome.
Helicopteritis.
Yes, he cannot speak 2 words if 1.5 is not Deacon Mitchell. Yeah, he can't speak two words unless he mentions Deacon Mitchell in that. And that is a reflection of jealousy. Well, not it's more than jealousy. Right now is hate, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, okay.
Right? He had his time. I understand it's not easy to lose the perks and the whatever he gets. And hey, you see what happened? I can't even remember seeing him in the Independence Parade either.
He wasn't there.
I can't remember seeing him.
Okay.
Huh? The blow he got last year, he sit down there like a known entity. Nobody paid attention to him. I mean, come on, Solio, would you subject yourself to that humiliation a second time?
No, I have that belly.
No, especially when people willfully and deliberately ignored you. You know, I mean, I ain't blame him for not going. I wouldn't put myself through that a second time. And look at how the children gravitated towards the Prime Minister. You saw the little guy dressed like the Prime Minister?
Yeah.
What does that say to you? What does that say to you?
Hello.
Huh? That's a powerful influence for the upcoming generation. Not the future of Grenada, the now of Grenada. I'm sure he's not more than 6'8". Yeah? And you want to be like the Prime Minister already? What does that tell you? And that is striking fear in the hearts of these so-called concerned for Grenada. I saw they had a rally in Guav. Eh? And they're talking about the rescue and whatever it is they usually say. Huh? I think it's because they are afraid to stay quiet, because if they stay quiet, that nobody would talk about them again. You know what is narcissism? Yeah? Right. That is what is happening. You must be in the limelight at all times. And any publicity, any attention, negative or otherwise, is good. So I'm going to put myself out there. They're afraid to keep quiet. As a matter of fact, they can't keep quiet because, what you call that fellow? Somebody sent me a copy of that song. Darius, the party done?
Oh, yeah.
I think he sang that somewhere, I think in the 80s or the 90s.
Right,
The party done, the party mashup.
Right.
Look, get that song, Mr. Kim, and play. Let that be your theme song when you're talking about them.
Okay.
The party done, the party mashup.
Party not good
And
again.
that is, watch. And I'm still waiting to hear Mr. Cox. I'm still waiting to hear something from Mr. Cox, because since he get that new position on the board, I don't know if cat get his tongue, can't talk again. After spreading all the lies after burial, now is the time to talk, because you're in a stronger position than you were before. So now is the time to talk. Where is he? Is he in Carriacou?
Yes,
is he in Grenada?
He in Carriacou. Yes.
Look, Mr. Coy, I told you had to go and meet the man and physically bring him to the studio. You might have to give him lunch and breakfast and whatnot as an incentive to bring him in the studio, because we Grenadians, we like food. Bring him there for him to say something. If I was the political leader, not a political leader, the political leader, chairman, whatever he is, I would have taken back the position that I give him, because he's not serving in that position.
Well,
suddenly get dumb.
Call up Mr. Cox is confused.
Well, confused is not just the word.
Well, you see, they make him political leader and he doesn't know who is the leader.
They make him deputy.
Yeah.
Deputy.
Deputy political leader. Yes. And he doesn't know who the leader is.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, well, you have a point. You have the words of wisdom as usual, Solio.
Yeah.
He gets confused for two, because you're taking orders. You're supposed to take orders from one person,
Yes,
and 2 and 3 people speaking in your ear. You know?
Yes.
So you're right. You're right. You're right. On second thought, you're right. The man is confused. But I would like to hear from him. What is he doing? What he intends to do to rescue Grenada? Because I'm talking about rescue Grenada. Did any one of them offer a solution? What is the rescue plan? You know, when hurricane come in, they tell you prepare for hurricane, get light, candle, get torchlight, get water, get food. You know what I mean? You prepare it. What are they doing? That is the question I would like to ask Mr. Cox. The rest of them, I can, they had their run already.
Okay.
But I would like to ask Mr. Cox, since he loved Carriacou so much, and he was so against putting, as he called it, the garbage in the school, on the school compound, as he tried to make us understand, what are you doing in the interest of Carriacou? I'm pleading. And let me tell you something, Solio.
Yes.
I think you listen, you know.
Yes,
you
yes.
listen to every program. You know? So I'm appealing to him. Please come, let us know, as Carriacouans and Grenadians and the rest of the world, let us know what contingency plan you have for Carriacou. All right? Yeah. And again, I must end by saying, I'm always a little bit hard on Citizen Ruler, but it seems as though, so Leo, your influence is rubbing off on him, because the last two programs I listened to him, he coming wrong.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He coming wrong. Yes. Yeah. He is an intelligent man. I know he means well. And I know he's listening to.
Yes.
I know he means well. Right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to be feared, not because you cannot get what you want all the time, that you have to, you know, it's like a case of the fox and the grapes. When he couldn't get the grapes, he said sour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is a little bit of what Mr. Rulo is getting. I give him credit because he enlightened us when the referendum was called a few years ago. You know, what I want to encourage him to do, in spite of the fact he said they call him some jackass or whatever he said they call him.
Yeah.
Offer your services, because he has something to offer. You know what I mean? He has something to offer. Offer your service and work. In the interest of the good of Grenada. And what I think most Grenadians don't know, that you just cannot jump up and declare yourself a republic. A lot of thought and laws and whatever has to go into what you're doing to declare yourself a republic. And I am confident that it will happen. It wouldn't happen as we want it to happen now, but it will happen. Who knows? We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You understand?
Right.
I am sure that there are talks in the way as how to redo the Constitution to get it to fit Grenada. So I'm encouraging Grenadians, far and wide, let's be patient.
Okay.
It's going to come. It's going to come.
Yeah.
We want that hospital first. Okay?
Okay.
And I see a move is being made in that direction. You see that coming of that Nigerian guy?
Yeah.
Dangote? Huh?
Yeah.
My inner feeling is telling me, my gut feeling is telling me the hospital is coming. Because after we had to this government had to continue what they met there. The good things, you see they improve on it? No. We're entering the third year. No. They have to put in place their agenda. Right? So, regardless of what people saying, oh, well, the NLP saying, oh, all that they do is what they met there already. Of course. You know, if I have built a home, right? And I pass it on to you, would you break down what I already do and start to build because you want to do your house?
Not at all. No. Just continue building. That's all.
Right, you continue building, you modernize, you might expand, you might move the kitchen from where I have it to put it somewhere else where you like it, but you continue with what you meet there. So, to all Grenadians, let's be patient and let us support the good things that the government is doing. That does not mean that if they do something foolish, you wouldn't say something. You understand?
Right.
No man is perfect. If they do something that is foolish, call them out on it. But when they do something that is good in the interest of Grenada and Grenadians, support them. That is what I have to say.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, caller. Okay, landline caller coming. Hello, yes, yeah, you next. Sorry. Yes, go ahead, yeah.
But some people have to be more reasonable than that, This lady been on almost half an hour now. Make a little contribution instead of a lecture.
Yes, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a caller a while called and say that after burial, how Carriacou is doing. We wanted to know that Carriacou is really looking good, and as a song says, we must come and see, because the Vincentian and them are coming over, that they are so impressed of the Build Back Better, how things are progressing here, that they are impressed and they are coming to see how we're doing it. So
right,
it's looking good, really, really good.
Definitely.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one thing.
Yes, go ahead.
The GG. I think this we need some constitutional reform. I think after this GG decide to call it a day, I think we should have some constitutional reform and get rid of this GG thing. I'm not in favor of that at all. But whenever she finishes her term,
yeah,
I think we should look in towards that constitutional reform.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, 403-0101, 403-0101, and 443-0101, also 458-1914. This caller made a statement, and I think, I laughed at when she made a statement saying that Cox was confused because he has two leaders,
Yes.
One talking in the left ear, one talking in the right ear, and he can't know what to do. He confused. So the best thing for him to do is just stay quiet. Stay quiet. That would be his best move.
Yeah.
Landline caller, hold on. WhatsApp caller coming. Let me see. Let me take the WhatsApp caller first. WhatsApp caller coming. You next caller.
Oh, hi. Good morning. Good morning. I've been hanging on for such a long time.
Yes.
But I'm not talking about the subject. I'm just talking about what Sir George said. Our beloved Prime Minister would never, ever get on a bed and let him sleep on the floor. Never. He's too humble for that. He's too humble.
Yeah.
That is all I have to say. And have a blessed day. Love what is going on.
Thank you. There's the estimate which I hold the man.
Yeah. You wouldn't allow that. Okay.
But while that might be so, you might not allow that. But I think the message is from Soleil deep.
Yeah.
That I would not even think I would lie down on a bed and let him stay on the floor.
Yeah,
I am on the floor. But yes, it's your sentiment, and I think it's well respected. I mean, for example, this last caller. I mean, of course, he was said in that manner, but the essence of it is deep.
The man is held in very high esteem.
High esteem. Yes.
So
Vibes FM, hold on. Vibes FM caller, landline caller coming. Caller.
Can I call back again?
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
I want to thank Mr. Leo for that update. I don't think. Well, I don't think the media is doing a lot in terms of appraising us as to what is happening in Carriacou. So, when I accept the little clippers that you see from, I think I saw one with Cheving, but it was not, Yeah. I think a comprehensive thing. Maybe every month, every 2 months, we should have something coming up from Carriacou, because the island has been devastated. And you're hearing some comments, Mr. Leo, and you wonder if it's in the same space that you are. So that is why I asked the question about how Carriacou is doing. I wanted an update.
Yeah.
So it seems like things are doing. I have to. I was not able to come up there. I have relatives up there and all of that. Kim, I will surely have to make a. I mean, coming Carriacou and spend a day doesn't make sense for me,
Yeah.
But I think I have to come up there and just spend a day and see how things are looking for myself, so I can probably help in terms of the PR downgrader as to the progress the Carriacou. I know you all are very resilient people. We are one people in terms of island state, but in terms of the mindset of people in Carriacou as opposed to Grenada, it is there is a contrast there. It is not the same.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I know some people have graduated in Carriacou towards that Grenada sort of mindset, but we need to get out of that because we have always known Carriacouians and Piti Martiniquans to be a resilient sort of self-serving people. They don't depend a lot on other people to do the things for them.
That's
they do
true.
it themselves.
That's true.
You understand?
Yep.
And there are some of them. I've heard some of the comments. Some of them are moving towards the Grenada sort of dependency thing, and they should watch yourself because that is what you all are identified as: resilient, independent people. Yeah, you do things, go-getters. And a lot of people in Grenada, when they have interacted with Carriacouians, they sort of develop that sort of mindset as well. I know that for a fact. I've seen people who do that. So I want to congratulate you all. Keep moving on. And I hope that maybe let's say maybe in the next 6 to 8 months, we should be almost there in terms of renovating whatever was destroyed. Thank you very much.
Definitely.
Thank you.
At the rate at which Carriacou is going in the recovery, and you just mentioned the 6 to 8 months, will be like about 80 to 90% thereabout.
Yeah.
There's no if about it.
Kim, talking about resilience, and my girl, oh God, how could forget her name now? When I see her every day, every morning when I come from the beach.
Violet.
Oh my goodness. That is a lady.
And she's been doing that for a long time, It's not just yesterday, no.
Yeah.
She's been doing it for a long time.
Yep.
And all the they don't make them like that anymore. And I don't think they could make them like that anymore.
Yeah, but
The species gone.
Huh?
The species.
Yeah. That's the last of that kind. The last of that kind. And every morning religiously by certain time, certain place, and she's walking.
Another professional at what she does,
Yes.
She do it to the best of her ability each and every day. And this is the kind of thing that we grew up or seen our grandparents and those who are there toiling and endlessly, day after day after day, they are there providing and doing whatever they have to do. And I think a little bit of that has rubbed off on some of us. But people like her, she still has the real McCoy inside of her.
I think he can be she's oh boy. And without fail,
Yeah, everything.
Without fail. Valley don't know what sick leave is. She's not absenteeism, she's not lateness is.
But as Akol just mentioned, that the opposition, that's the NNP, they have to make noise to make you know that they exist in it.
They want relevance.
They want but the thing about it, whenever you're speaking, you must make sense. Now, I listened to the statement made by the leader of the New National Party. Listen to what she said. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Brothers and sisters, I am convinced, without a shadow of a doubt, that our party is stronger now than we were in June 2022.
You listen to that? The party's stronger. The party's stronger now than it was in June 2022.
All right. So in June 2022, they were
in government.
Yes, but I'm saying if they were so strong, why would they have lost?
But Wallen, they were strong. 15 parliamentarians. That's really strong. All. She's right. Okay. They're stronger.
And stronger now.
They're stronger now.
And she's saying that they're stronger now.
Yes. Okay. The implosion, the effect of the implosion. You're stronger now with 4.
I'm
4 parliamentarians.
I'm a little disappointed in you.
Yes.
Because I know you to be a student of music, and in particular, Caribbean music. There's a calypso that says, a dwarf want to feel his 10 foot tall. Let it damn.
Oh God.
Let it damn fulfill.
But yeah, how could no? But that what? Yes, someone says earlier. But in truth and in fact, how could you be stronger now than you were in 2022? You lost in 2022. In fact, you had all 15 seats. Well, all 15 seats, and you lost. And now you have 4, and you're getting a battering. Resignations left, right, and center. And you will come and tell us you are stronger now than then. How come?
Well,
why the logic?
Is that what happened? You know, I'm saying that if she thinks what she's saying is fooling me.
Let you go ahead. Let you go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and you are fooling us. What?
yes.
No, but yeah. I mean, it's not.
Vibes FM. Vibes FM
I
caller.
don't understand.
Landline caller come in. Landline caller come in now.
Hello?
Yes, hello, yes.
Yes. Am I on?
You're on, yes.
Loud and clear.
Right. With the statement somebody just made about the NNP political leader, I don't think we could credit this woman with a lot of intelligence. As a matter of fact, I think sooner or later they might have to replace her. Remember when Peter David resigned, she said it would impact the NDC more than the NNP?
Correct.
Yes.
Right. Now that is not very sensible for a person in her position, right? And, you know, she accustomed making guff or goof, as they say. So sooner or later, I think they'll have to replace her. She's no match to Deacon. She's no match to Peter David. So in this world of high politics and technology and, you know, whatever, she won't be able to make it. I think the NNP has to wheel and come again. I think the question of you all had a very good program last Thursday on education. It was very, very interesting. And I think, you know, the NNP must try to educate themselves. They're not in the dark ages talking nonsense as they used to talk before, right? Especially, what you call him, Diablo. He must be going demented, right? He must be losing his senses because they're making too much stupid kind of statement to be considered as a viable political organization. Especially this Kate Wish, I mean, she got enough beating earlier on, so I don't want to add anymore. But when she made a statement during the pension situation, when she said, what you get, that's what you put in, that's what you get. And the foreign secretary, Mr. Andol, had to correct her. If somebody giving you $10 and another person, if you put in $10 and another person give you $10, you're getting $20, isn't it? So it's not what you put in, is that what you get. So the NNP must come better than that. They are too backward as a political organization. And I think, you know, if they want to come and rescue us, as they say, no, they're not a rescue mission. So they must stop this nonsense. Thank you for listening to me anyway.
Okay,
you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so very much for
Yes.
chiming in.
Okay.
Yes.
And to remind you again, our telephone numbers 403-0101, 403-0101, 443-0101, and 458-1914, 458-1914. Okay, let's continue, gentlemen. But before we do that again, so many of the calls, we don't want to miss our calls and our contributions. Caller, you are next. Hello, caller, come in. Caller? Hello, yes.
I believe that is stronger that the leader is talking about. Stronger because Peter David is no longer there. That is who they didn't want there. So with Peter not there, she could do as she wants, but she do not understand the consequences of him leaving. Because him leaving with all of this resignation would end up making them weaker. Because at the end of the day, election is a numbers game. And if you would have lost 20 votes, you're 20 heads weaker. That could never make you strong.
Okay. All right. But as I would put it again, I keep telling you guys, the effects of the implosion is what has them in, like I'll use the word as we used to say back in my days, but they have them bazodi. They can't think. They think that their reasoning is out of context now. They just, you just hear while anything, open your mouth, words jump out. Vibes FM, caller, come in.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, you're on.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon to all and all.
Yes,
I think NMP is confused. It's a very confused party. And another thing I would like to say is that it have a saying that whatever someone do, monkey always do what someone do. NDC having the women's arm meeting on Sunday in Bonnet St. Mark's. And I learned that NMP having women's arm meeting in the Trade Center on Sunday as well. So whatever we do, monkey want to
monkey see, monkey do.
Like what we do.
Monkey see, monkey do, yes.
Have a good day.
Okay, thank you so much. But you're going to find a lot of that happening, because now they've been so derailed after the implosion that they can't think.
Well, it's very easy to understand. When you're in two, when you're following, whatever the little do, you have to follow, So it's been dragged along.
Oh, you're towing.
Towing, yes.
Talking about that as well, not just the women's arm meeting, but a few weeks ago or days ago, not too long, there was the two parties had a youth convention kind of meeting. NDC had their youth convention, explosion, they call it. NNP had some youth convention as well. So they're going toe-to-toe.
You're Tog and Badge.
Yes,
Tog and Badge. Very good. Vibes FM.
Why Tog with the Badge had to follow?
Yes. Yeah, good afternoon, yes.
Yes, I'm calling back because I listened to the program and I have to call back. What I want to tell you, Kit Mitchell was right when he said he hadn't seen nobody in his party to take over Grenada, although he put Emma in here. Education is not all. Knowledge was made before books. So Kate Lewis don't know knowledge, she have book knowledge. And she, a big woman as a teacher, to get in on that way. Well, I know what's going on. Kit Mitchell say he want to rescue Grenada. He made a covenant with his wife till the was passed, and he has so much love. He can rescue one person, but you want to rescue 100,000. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Next, guys. What's up, caller? Coming. What's up, caller?
Hello.
Yes, hello, you on?
Hello.
Yes, you on?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Excuse me. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody.
Am I hearing clear?
Happy. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I'm saying happy Lady Independence.
Okay, thank you. Same to you.
All right. I remember last week somebody was saying about talking about the people from Carriacou. They call them kayaks. They were saying something about the Carriacou and the K in C instead of C for Carriacou. But remember, you all guys call yourself kayaks. And how you spell that kayaks?
K-Y.
Not with a K?
Yeah, K.
Right. So that's he missed that part. I said when next week, because when I heard it, the program was almost to end. So I said I'll give you all that next week. Kayaks. So the guy was right on track with his historic statements, because when you call yourself kayaks, you spell it with a K.
Right.
But caller, we're talking kayaks and Carriacou, two different words,
I know, but what the guy was saying, I know if you were there last week, he was saying that Carriacou, when the history was given that the people spell it with a K.
Yeah. He said so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I say, and he didn't realize that you all call yourself kayak, and when you all say kayak, you spell that kayak with a K.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he said Carriacou was spelled with a K back. When the Carnival people came in, yeah, something like that. He was given the history of how Carriacou got his name, or he or she.
You did, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
I remember.
So I say I must draw your attention that we all also carry kayaks, and all say all our kayaks and they spell it with a K.
Okay.
Yeah. Going across a little bit, not much. I wouldn't linger on that long because I think we're wasting energy to speak about NNP and the lack of whatever and whatever. But going across to that, these things must happen, because for years they were not educating the people of the country. Look at you're seeing the young people now how jump into the education that they're being offered and taking the scholarships and so on and using it. They're doing very well. So if you're not educating the people, sometimes as a teacher, when you educate your children, you learn for yourself as well. And if you're not educating your people, you won't learn. So Miss Faitlin didn't have no sense because she didn't learn nothing over the years, although she was a teacher, but her brain remained dumb because to say something like, you're losing, you're in a battle, you're fighting and you're losing, soldiers dying and you're saying you're stronger. No, as you're losing battle, as the soldiers are dying, you're stronger. How you could be stronger when you're losing men in the army, in the battle? So it's a joke, and it's a laugh. Anyway, you all guys have a good day.
You too, my friend.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay. 443-0101. 443-0101. 403-0101. Again, 403-0101 and 458-1914. 458-1914. A caller has mentioned to me and said, Kim, you've been speaking about what transpired in Parliament as it pertains to Kate and Emmeline and what they were saying about the tipping on and the exposure of what they did. But you didn't give the PM response, which is true. The PM responded in the Parliament when they were speaking to the Speaker or making that thing in the special sitting. And I didn't give the response. So let me give the response now and listen to the difference and how he explained it.
The photograph was taken and it was published. This is not a private place. This is the House of Representatives and members of the public are entitled to come. If this computer is on, someone sitting there can, in fact, possibly the eyesight is good enough, read what's on. And the idea that we could somehow prevent or stop them from reading out it or even taking notes of it is frankly foolish, impractical, and makes absolutely no sense. Third, we also have to deal with the realities of the time. The reality is that we collectively post all kinds of things about all kinds of things that we do on social media. All kinds of stuff. So this notion about privacy when you're a public official is one that we have to be careful about, because the reality is on any given day we're on our phones all the time, all over the place, people take pictures of it and do whatever they want. The fact is, Mr. Speaker, you may be entitled to privacy in the confines of your home or in the confines of private property. But the reality is, as public figures, what privacy are you entitled to in a public space carrying public duties? Certainly, someone is not entitled to breach your personal space or attempt to intimidate or assault you or any of those kinds of things. But as public officials, in the public, carrying public functions, you must be subjected to scrutiny. Someone may take a photo of you that you may not like, but the fact is, they're not doing anything wrong. They're not breaching your privacy. So we need to understand that we can, on the one hand, want to show the public everything we're doing.
You see?
Well, I mean, that all the sense in the world.
Yep.
Coming in a public space and demanding your privacy.
Yeah, I also think, I mean, that those comments were very, very strong. I also think, I recall the Prime Minister, as part of his response, saying, of course, he would not, and he and his team would not ever encourage or accept any of that kind of behavior. In fact, he said those actions were not acceptable. But however, so he went on to say that, but he even defended his the person who just said that claim, that they know did it.
Who did it? Yeah. There were some accusations made.
Yeah,
there were some accusations made, but he said straight out,
Yeah.
that is not so, and the person was willing to even speak
and subjected the person's phone for scrutiny to see what happened on that day, because of course, I mean, we didn't have time in tech. You could know what you did 5 months ago. So I'm just saying that he denounced it as if it was done. If that was done, and they would not encourage it.
But there's nothing they could do.
Right,
there's nothing you could
Common
do.
sense, it's like, even when you go into your bedroom and you have somebody, you close the door.
Yes.
Because you want your privacy.
Right.
But you open the door and call in for privacy. What the hell going on?
Vibes FM. Let me take a caller. Let me take a call. Vibes FM caller, come in. Caller. Hello. What's up, caller? Hello. Let me see. Hold on. Double check that again. Yes. Back to you. What's up, caller now? You on? Hello. Okay. Don't see that we are making that connection there. So we're going to go back on it. But as you just mentioned, Salio, you go inside the bedroom.
You want
and you open the door.
Calling for privacy. I never am.
And this is just unbelievable. The ignorance.
Yeah.
The ignorance. Caller your next. Hold on. What's happening here? Okay. Hold on. Let me try it.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Yes. Come on. Hello. Caller.
I think.
Yes. Caller. You're on now.
Yes. Sorry about that. I think my headphone was giving a bit of problem.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Regarding that case with that woman there, is it Kate Lewis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, she's been very stupid, isn't it? Because in a public space, you don't do that.
Yeah.
And I am glad that you made that response from the Prime Minister, because I was wondering why somebody didn't say something more brutal to her about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm glad you played. That's good.
You responded. Yeah.
That's the right response the Prime Minister gave.
Yeah. Okay. All right, caller. All right. Thank you.
All right, then. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for your contribution there. 403-0101. Again, 403-0101, 443-0101, and 458-1914. 458-1914. So these are some of the comments and the things that are taking place right now. And I know for sure, based on what we are seeing now, that there's much more coming to Grenada in the terms of assistance, because the Dangote, who is from Nigeria, he's been speaking in his remark, on the Independence Day too, that he sees the need for Grenada to open up its doors, its borders, especially when it comes to visa restrictions of people coming in, because the more you have coming in, the more there will be investments in the term of when people realizing the potentials. And I think it is something that would be in the making in the very, very near future.
When we refer to diaspora, I guess we're talking about England, Canada, and England. We're talking about the white diaspora. And then good is saying, boys, there's a need to come back home. The people of your ilk and your nationality and your color and so on and so forth would want to assist. And it's a good thing that we have the gumption and the balls to say, well, we don't always have to look to somebody else.
Yeah.
You don't always have to look to somebody else. And we have people who begin to dance and we could target from there. And I think that support coming from that side would be a little more genuine.
Yeah.
And I met the gentleman. He's quite humble and I think he's quite sincere in his love for the Prime Minister and his caring for Grenada.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, in the past, when you cry for milk, they give us a pacifier. So we tired of the pacifier. We want milk to drink.
The real milk.
We want milk. Stupidness.
Vibes FM, call, what's up, color coming?
Call milk.
What's up, color? Yeah. What's up, color? Hello. Hello. All right. Okay, we're going to get back to this call. But as you just mentioned there, in that we will be getting, and I believe, much more attention in the very near future because of the kind of a relationships our prime minister has been developing outside of Grenada. He's loved. And everyone, he gets in touch with wants to maybe take a page of his book, like the Small Islands, we might try to do that, or they try to assist if they can and be part of the process.
See, kid, when we don't read and observe, we subject to propaganda, and somebody would like to teach you their end of the story, which might not be in your favor, and you have a tendency to pick that up and run with it. I remember just listening, being a youngster here, I used to think Fidel Castro is the worst person on earth. Propaganda.
Yeah.
Story is what they want you to believe, is what they feed you. And if you can think for yourself, trouble take you. So it all depends on, boy, you must be able to read and think for yourself. And unfortunately, in the last 20 or 30 years, our people, in our instances, were dumbed down. We dumbed down youngsters. I tell you, we have more seamstresses than carpenters. Every boy in Carriacou is a little girl, The hand softer than a baby butt. So how you aren't doing nothing, you expect you can't roll a fork, you can't do nothing else. You
can cut some bush on the side of the road?
No, it's seamstress, all we have is seamstress.
Only cutting cloth?
Yes. Oh, yeah. We have to take charge of that, With little boys, little girls, the most soft nothing, you can't do nothing.
You play marble? When you play marble, your hand will go on the ground, and spinning top. And go cut the wood and thing and make top,
You prepare yourself for the real world, build some muscle, your biceps softer than what the hell is that?
Line caller coming. Huh? Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's laughable, in the country to see some of these, you can see the educated.
Uneducated.
Educated, uneducated?
Yes.
That's what quite it. It's these educated folks that, you said that common sense, right? Common sense is not, what is it?
Book sense is not common sense.
You can have education, but you lack common sense, right? And someone says that common sense is not a common thing. But the reality is, we're looking at our leaders and those folks that are in authority, those, powers and so on. That's supposed to be of the highest example, right? In the days gone by, in Bible time, when they're choosing leaders and so on, one has to be of a certain character and reputation. Anybody could go in now and, you say, well, use this and that, you understand, without whether you qualify or not. But to seeing all this thing being displayed, in our parliament and, in our government, past administration and so on, and they're not learning anything. If you made a mistake, right, you learn from a mistake. You try to do better next time. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over, no one learning from the mistake. It is very sad, right? It's laughable then. And this is what is happening with our past NNP and those members there. This MNP, right? You're representing, you've been voted and let's say win in your constituents, you represent the people. You have the people's business to handle and so on, and that's the people's parliament to handle the people's business. So basically, I mean, it's just laughable. Our Prime Minister, Deacon Mitchell, we have to give thanks to the Almighty for, giving these men the kind of vision and the passion and the wisdom to lead our nation, especially from where we come from. We have come a long way, and to get to this point, but it is maintaining, or the maintenance rather, is very important, to maintain such trending. And I want to encourage our Minister or Representative, with how they started out, and, keep going the way they are going, and keep doing, the work that the people have voted you to do. And they are doing a good job with it. We are all happy. We can see the progress in the country. It is not just a personal thing where people, personally only benefit, but we see the nation, the concern for everybody. I remember going in there with this housing situation, and I had to be making estimates for people to get whether it's the $15,000, in materials. And I remember I made out an estimate, and somehow whoever was there, perhaps they tried to give about 10,000 instead of the 15. So I went to talk to the PS, and when I let him know what happened, he said, no, you're entitled, everyone entitled to the $15,000 in material. And so he embarked on correcting that problem, right? So we as a people, sometimes some things may not be, we might talk about it and, talk to our friends, but those who need to know what's going on, we're not going to them. We're not sharing, we're not going a step higher to get resolved to the problem. And we might blame, let's say, the PS or the Prime Minister or the representative or, for our own failure. So other people, I believe that we are all here. We have to work together as a government to see the success maintained, right? As I mentioned, maintenance, right? Maintaining such in our nation. And so I want to give hats up as past, you call that former. So
yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Give us a title. PRO?
What the title I'm looking for?
PRO, yes. PRO.
Right.
Yeah.
The past
expired.
That's the word.
That's okay.
PRO, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing the wonderful things that this government and administration is doing, and therefore I must speak up. Mm-hmm. Someone said to me that you don't need to say nothing in politics. Try not to say anything because, people you in the public, and if you say anything, one would hate you or others will hate you because the truth is the truth. If you see things is going right, you have a right to speak up about it.
Yeah.
Only for those folks who perhaps I am a self-employed, right? As you know, right? I'm a problem solver. I love to solve problems. I would face any problem. It could be dangerous as well. I remember when house catching fire, others afraid to go there, I'm going there. So I am a problem solver. So when I see situation, and problem is solved, right? It's okay. One could complain about problem, but when it is solved, we also must praise, right? We must praise the fact that the problem is solved. And this administration is solving our problem as a people. And we must jump on board, do what we can to help maintain. I remember I used the word maintain, to maintain, because everything does start out well. Even in heaven, Lucifer started out well. And we see what happened, right? They said Kit Mitchell started out well and see what happened. So Gary started out well and look what happened. So the endurance, the maintenance of something is very important. So let's maintain that success, that unity, that love and peace in our community, our nation, work together and help our government. So God bless.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution there, caller. And if you want to call, you can always call us again. Our telephone number is 403-0101, 403-0101, and 443-0101, also 458-1914. So, Leo, there's
sir.
quite a number of projects that's coming into the pipeline, but one of them seems to be, in my view, very exciting. And it's entitled let me tell you what it's entitled, okay? The Hillsborough Enhancement Project.
Well, that's my...
The Hillsborough Enhancement Project. They are putting together right now a plan of how they would like to see Hillsborough look at. We're going to view it in the very near future.
Well, that's one of the things that I said today. A good friend and architect of mine, I said, I want you to give me your own concept too, so we have few things to go on.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, my goodness, Hillsborough. I mean, the historical importance of that harbor.
Yeah.
And must not be set aside. I mean, that has served us for so many years. It is not only central, physically located where for any part of the world you come in. To Carriacou, Hillsborough is it. We have a situation where now, since the port of entry that was removed from Hillsborough, I don't think we as Carriacouans understand clearly the detriment that was done to Carriacou. It didn't enhance Carriacou in any way. We can, if we want to say, well, we want to improve and get some super yachts inside there, not even those big cruise ships.
Yeah.
You have it in Hillsborough.
That's it.
Of course, some times of year, we have not so good situations, but it's all over. So you removing that what we had of Hillsborough, that benefit to us, you removing that and putting someplace else, you don't help me Carriacou. So I'm excited, and I'm super happy, and I'm hoping that before the good Lord closes my eye, that I'll see an improved and enhanced Carriacou, Hillsborough in particular.
Yeah, well, and this is one of the things that's on the agenda right now. And I could tell you I'm excited about it because why? For the longest while, we've been clamoring that there is need for change and need for upgrades and need for a different look because, I mean, we here at Carriacou, as you realize with the harbor you just mentioned there, I mean, it's one of a kind in the area where we could accommodate any size ships, whatever, anything.
And the approach to Hillsborough,
Yes.
that stretch of seawater between Jack Island and Sandy Island, it's almost a mile. You don't have to go through any passage, you don't have to worry about any reef. So why leave something like that and go to Tyrrell Bay? I mean, Tyrrell Bay is a little bit, I would say a marina, fine. A haven for yachts, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that should not be your only port of entry to a place as beautiful as Carriacou.
Must have to be the main port.
Main port.
I mean, it has served as that many years. Boats going there. So was Windward and so on. But the main port has always been for how much years? 274 years.
That's when I was in school. Now it's 300 plus. 300 plus.
That's right. So no, it never should be the main port of entry, and decommission this one. Decommission it. That means it's right now illegal because it hasn't yet been recommissioned. I mean, look at it from a legal standpoint. People using the jetty is now doing so on their own risk. Something has to be done in that regard as well. We can never tell what could happen. because it is decommissioned at this time.
But the reason it was decommissioned was because of the structure not
Yeah,
being able to
withstand.
No, the structure still was able to supply the needs, but it was the selfishness. What was I should say?
You start right. Go ahead. Nothing wrong with that. Selfishness is the prime reason. Because you see, when you have salt water and metal, corrosion is going to take place. See where that and the oxygen in the air, you'll have oxidation going on. So, I mean, and when you build those things, like when you have piles and columns and beams in the water, there must be maintenance. You can't help that. There must be maintenance. But since that jetty was extended, I think in 1995.
That was it.
That was it. And you leave it to go with that thing, and instead of doing something about it, you say, we're going to remove it because the jetty is in imminent danger. It could collapse at any time. Hogwash.
And I mean, isn't that same jetty that's stand up with, on Beryl?
And Lenny too?
Lenny too, yes.
When water was going over Jackadam, the jetty said, will and come again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jetty one. Jupa boss, Miss Benz, please come down. Jetty there. So you're not fooling nobody. And to me, it was heartless to do such a thing. And the cost to us.
How much million?
The cost,
19 million?
Well, that's only that's only one aspect of it. I mean, it's way more than that, because there are a lot of costs, and defending your action, not only in the High Court, the Appellate Division, as far as the Privy Council. Going in the Privy Council is not a cheap exercise, And still. So, but it is what it is. You're wrong, you lose. So, all that thing is, if we'd invested that kind of money in improving Hillsborough and Tilbury too, we could have had what we needed. We could have a little yacht haven, a little sheltered harbor, and as an assistance to Hillsborough.
And Windward too, huh?
Oh, of course.
Because there's a busy and active trade between Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And that's the point of departure, entry, and
But you see, all these things have been ignored again by the former administration. And now the good news about it is this present administration is going to put some effort and focus on rebuilding and
I don't really agree with you that saying all the things were ignored by the previous administration. What has not been ignored? The cut. We're going to make bucket.
Under the table cut?
On the table, yeah. That wasn't ignored at all. That was taken. That was ensured.
I didn't want to go there.
But it is what it is. I can't see what is not. Because we're learning now after a fact that the monies that were expended was a little bit exorbitant. I'm not no expert. I'm just repeating what I learned.
Right, yes.
Huh? So that if those monies were used for the place, and what's so sad, nothing been done with Carriacou, for Christ's sake. You did nothing to the jetty, the main harbor. So Ralph Abercrombie, who said that he used that as his base, even back then, you're going to move it, well, you can't think twice. You won't even consult the right persons. You take a bunch of your conies and sit and make up things and say, well, yes, the jetty go explode all the time. At the same time, Paddy truck just come out on the jetty with full load of cement. And the jetty...
Yeah. I remember that. As a matter of fact, I made comments about that when it was decommissioned and decommissioned, and 48 hours before we had the truck that you just mentioned, Paddy's truck there, with about, I think it was 8 slings of cement. That's about 3 is 24, but 250 plus bags of cement on the jetty, driving back and forth for the entire Saturday and Monday morning you decommission.
I don't understand why some, I mean, the people who born and raised in Carriacou, and especially from even the distant north and east, and you couldn't see the inconvenience and the disservice that was being done to us, and they take us for a fungu.
I was speaking to someone very recently, a couple of days ago at the Park, I have some things to collect on the port.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking, I said, but whoa, you know what? I have to go up all the way in Mount Pleasant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, see, so I made a point. I said, this is one of the reasons why the port should not have been moved. Now it's costing me more.
Double.
Yes. And the inconvenience of going down south first, then go up east. You know? I mean, and the faster we fix this thing, the more people are going to be suffering. And literally suffering. I mean, this is not a case of strain.
It's a strain all around, you know, financial strain as well too, you know, emotional strain.
Oh man.
No, there's inconvenience strain. There's a lot of strains pertaining to that.
And the bloody thing is that your commerce in Hillsborough Center
is
the commercial district,
going down.
Yeah. And
It's
then
down.
so you do to the merchants and those who must get the goods to serve the public, it's costing them more. So you don't only inconvenience.
At the end of the day,
yeah, you lose right wrong. You lose that time and continue to lose. Compliments your elected officials.
Another thing that I always think about, let's say I want to travel to mainland Grenada. The boat leaves here 5 and 6 in the morning. Whereas I could take about 15 minutes to get here from home. I mean, you want to say Hillsborough. No, I had to navigate all 45 minutes and so on and so forth. You know, so the inconvenience is great. I mean, it's not just simple, and don't just take it simple. It's a great injustice for people to have to come down from Windmore and from Mount Pleasant side and Dover side to get down there and to do business there.
Oh, you forget Petit Martinique?
Well, Petit Martinique they could use sea.
See what again? What is the cost of that?
I know. I'm just saying, but they could use both.
Yeah.
I can use both.
Nobody, after I'm concerned, nobody in Marampia should vote for that.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Nobody knows. And I think, well, yeah.
It might be so.
Huh?
But someone just messaged to me and says that was the legacy.
Go say it. Let me tell them how wrong they are. What legacy of who?
Of the late Elvin Nimrod, they say.
Oh, they're partially correct.
Partially?
Yes, they're partially correct. I thought they were going to put on my poor girl who didn't started, but she had to defend herself. Yeah.
But she was caught in the middle of the road. Because sometimes you like to say, the boat towing you, you got to go to the boat.
Yeah, it's talking you the bad trick. You can hold yourself.
So yeah, I mean, these are something. But seriously, the jet we have there. I mean, you know, the famous quotation just before the election. So Leo, Leo, you wanted to bring the people on your head. I mean, you know, just think about that. Just think about that.
Well, you see,
a national asset. National asset.
It's hard when. The fact of the matter is, when you don't know better, you can do better.
Oh my goodness.
The sad thing is when you know better and you do worse. But when you don't know better, you can do better, you know. You know what to do, you know, you're just there. And in a lot of instances, we have too many people, they're uneducated about a specific idea or topic, and they want to put themselves as the expert. So you must have problems.
So I'm hearing you talk speaking about Kim speaking about the redevelopment of
the enhancement project.
Project. I mean, this is something that we should stay on because it is so vitally important. Yes, for our students, for business people. I mean, everybody. This is what it's supposed to be.
Listen to that same area that houses your information center. About your island, beautiful. And mind you, I will argue until the cock crow that Carriacou is one of the most beautiful little islands in the region, in the Grenadines area. And you land on the jetty and you come ashore, and right at the side there are so many ditches and places that if you was living in the real world, litigation will be up and down. Some people use them just to hurt themselves to sue you.
Yeah. Just jump down there and call medical attention, and that's it. Vibes FM, hold on. Let me take a call there. Vibes FM, caller come in.
Come in.
Caller, yes, go ahead.
Kim.
Yes, hello, yeah.
Good afternoon, and how are you?
Okay, not bad at all.
a little information I'm looking for. Ken Jones don't have program again,
Yes, he does. Yeah.
but then if a week I don't get him.
Well, yeah, because we've been having some little technical problems, in connecting and stuff like that, So that's one of the reasons you're not getting the program morning and evening. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think everything has been sorted out now, so you should be hearing them regularly. Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, call Kim Jones ain't going nowhere. He could be billing back better.
Okay then.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Right now, he on the air, some right along, they going ahead,
Okay, yes, I know, yes.
Yeah. So then I did.
Okay.
Good.
All right, thank you. Yes. Now, so Leo, one of the things that excite me is that the plan right now is to give Hillsborough a nice facelift.
A facelift. Because about
Nice
time,
facelift.
you want to attract visitors. You want how on earth? The last administration is saying stay away from agriculture. Tourism is your main business, which to me is hogwash. And then you're not doing anything to attract tourism. So you can't have your cake and eat it.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense. And there came years ago. I didn't know if I mentioned to you. I had my good experience in Carriacou. I thought for a while I didn't like teaching, but I worked in the three ends of government.
I remember.
The treasury, the customs, the post, the whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah.
And there was a boat would visit us here all the while. The boat's name was Hamburg. Hamburg. And we went aboard one night, little pan business, and there was a tune that was very hot on the air. The name of the song was Hamburg too. So we went aboard and I made it my duty. I said, guys, our opening song should be Hamburg. So when we started to play, the captain was asking, what is the name of the song? And I told him, Hamburg. He said, no, not the name of the boat, the name of the song. I said, no, it's Hamburg too. The name of the boat is Hamburg. He said, what a beautiful little place, and everything about this place is so beautiful. And the man was saying that with the genuineness. He made me feel so proud about Carriacou. But to see the things that we succumb to nowadays, it makes you want to vomit, man.
That's it. But hopefully, and as we know very well, that something is in the horizon right now.
Yes. So we're going to come. I have confidence, man. Yes. Older I get, younger I feel. I'm waiting for it.
What has a sort of change and the situation and make it even more a reality right now? As we sometimes say, my grandfather used to say, "No bad breeze blow."
Yeah.
The burial did some harm, but burial did some good.
It helped us too.
Yes.
There's a lot of us that needed to go. A lot of things that needed to go. And so when burial, I want to tell those people, burial did us a favor. Make full use of it. I don't want another burial to come and for another favor again, please. So let's just make use of what we have and do what we have to do. I wish the government, I wish there would be a board in town that will say there are a lot of properties in town are just abandoned. Government should give them an ultimatum.
Well, the government right now is in the process of doing quite a bit of that.
Yeah. Use it or lose it.
Yeah,
you can't just have this.
They would take charge.
Yeah.
And they would start the process of the upgrade or whatever of Hillsborough.
Clean up the place.
Clean up
the place.
And I know they have set aside some money. When we had the budget coming up,
oh boy,
we're going to hear some of this things being mentioned. That's in the pipeline. So it's exciting for me. I tell you honestly.
Well, let me exercise and eat right in because I want to live long. That's all. I want to experience that.
That way, going on the beach every morning.
Yeah, well, that's my lifelong dream. And the amount of years I put into Carriacou and Carriacou business, I can't stop now. No.
You want to see it?
I got to go to Frisian. It doesn't matter with you.
And they will say, go boy, go.
Yeah,
go boy, go.
Yes, we're fighting for that. That thing there, and the other thing that, leave that alone. But did they say that we were going to reestablish the college meet and include Union Island?
Yes, yes, definitely. Because that was been done long ago, you know,
Yeah.
in the past. And for some reason, whatever the case, I don't even know what transpired because I've been following it up here quite a bit, you know. But we're gonna be having this kind of Grenadines.
Yeah, we need every person.
Yes.
We're already small.
Yes.
Because my good boy was telling me, I went to Petit Martinique the other day. And my boy said to me, Leo, you know what's the population of Petit Martinique now? I said, well, it used to be about 900 to 1,000. Why is it 800 now? He said, 800. 400 and 200 in the sea. Say, what? Say, what? You think that bad?
Yeah.
In terms of numbers, we could do it. Every person could get, you know. And that interaction with the islands of the Grenadines was not make me feel better.
And you see, what happened to is that Union Island was coming down to Carriacou again.
Precisely.
To compete in, especially when it comes to sports and quite a number of other activities that they were involved in as well too. And their friends next door, if I were to say the friends next door, taking Canawan and Bakeway, they were getting jealous.
Oh, yeah.
and they wanted to be part of the Grenadines experience as well too in Carriacou.
Well, you know, and I learned from being in New York, there was never happier feeling when I was in Brooklyn. When we had back then, well, you know, we had kayaks and Big Apple from Carriacou.
Right.
Bopu from Bakeway, Kanye from Canawan, and Ukraine from Union Island. When you see we get together, boys, are really love and laughter and sharing all the good things and the good days, and it made you feel as you belong to somewhere and something.
Yeah.
It's a very, very nice and happy feeling. I wish that we could revisit that and have it happen again. Well, I must commend the Union Island. Because you know the last time when they came here, they make us look awkward, in terms of the big jump.
Yes, their presentation.
Yes, I want that kind of inter-island friendly competition, so we could up the game.
Yeah.
Because you know you can't let some little Union Island come here and making it look bad. And it should incentivize.
But you see what has happened before, you know, and it's something that you know I remember very well, is that Carriacou, being the largest of the Grenadine Islands, you know, was considered, and not was only considered, but was the leader.
And the envy of the Grenadines.
That's it. We were. But over the years, we've lost that because of
complacently stepped in, we lost our incentive, and then we just been left to wallow in the wind. And everybody just jump ahead of us. Nowadays, when I go to World Canawan, you even know Canawan. You ever seen some pictures of Canawan?
I've seen some. It's been coming up, you know.
Not coming up. Canawan way up there.
Watch your verb. Came up.
Yeah, but you know, Canawan is giving Carriacou a serious rub.
No. You're phrasing it wrong. You're phrasing it wrong. Because Carriacou right now cannot match what's happening in Canawan. I'm telling you honestly, because I've been doing a lot of reading and doing a lot of research, and to see the development that has taken place over the years.
Well, you know what's so good? The last 30, 40 years, I've seen it go from point A to point B to point C. And on the last trip to Bakeway, you know, we have to go past Port Elizabeth and so on, and there's an island called Grassy, a little hill called Grassy. And they just took out a whole portion of Grassy and extended you could call it an international airport. And even a little Grassy, what's remaining of the hill, there's some buildings built there, you know, and Canawan is something to look at. Yeah, we did. There's a wattle and dab. We had to do better than that. We're into metal studs and so on and so forth, and good thing and sheetrock. We had to move up.
Well, that would be in the making.
You know, at one time I remember PSV. PSV was a high point in the Grenadines. You know? I mean, it used to be a tourist resort kind of thing, and people used to leave from Petit Martinique, go over to work there, and a lot of visitors used to go to PSV. I mean, I remember in those days going there, you know, many times and just chilling.
Well, you know, a PSV, when it was completed in the early 60s, PSV was rated among the 5-star hotels of the world. But then, things have changed in management and so on, and time and people and so on. PSB was the place to reckon with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I've known that firsthand because I was good friends with not the original, but the second owner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in PSV, 5-star, not on a pia business. It was everything was on.
They really were,
Mm-hmm.
were outstanding there.
And Palm Island too.
Palm Island too.
But no, I think, over the years, things have happened and changed a little bit. I don't think PSV is enjoying the prominence that it once enjoyed.
Not at all. No.
I think anyone is in there over its money. I think, I don't know, I'm not kind of one, but Palm Island.
Palm Island.
Mm-hmm. But we need people who have a care and concern for where we live and how we take care of it. I remember back in the day, there was this family, John Caldwell and Johnny, father and son. They operated a taxi service, for want of a better word, or you're called Outward Bound. They'll go from island to island. And boy, this guy was coming and he was literally crying to us, oh my goodness, plant some palm trees, plant some coconut trees on Sandy Island so you'll preserve the island, the beauty of it. Of course, we didn't, or we didn't have the people who was looking in that area. And you had that slight deterioration of big deterioration of Sandy Island.
Mm-hmm.
I remember as a little boy going to Sandy Island, you have to go, that was a good walk across the center of the island from one end to the other.
Right.
Now you see water rolling right over it. So because when you don't take the measures to preserve what you have, of course you're going to lose it. And that's what happened in the case of Sandy Island.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have some.
we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, we have some education to do on our thing. We're not looking at, and we're always looking at what is foreign to be good. And we have it here. We could preserve it and make our own effort to do what is right by us, to preserve and improve what we have. Unfortunately, we're not done that thinking.
Well, we are thinking along those lines now.
Well, I hope so. Yes, well,
I know so.
Well, it's a clear indication because when you beginning to by putting an emphasis on education, know-how, skills in the right direction, you're not telling your youngsters, don't go to the lands, don't do agriculture because my father was a farmer all his life and he poor. We won't tell him go and thief. We have to use what we have to get what we want. Mm-hmm. So if his land, we have work the land, and then bound to go and get tractor and all this kind of thing up in the hill.
Talking about working the land and agriculture and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Was it this morning? Yes, I think somebody mentioned about food security, and that is one of the importance of the land.
That is true independence.
Yeah.
When you can feed yourself,
feed yourself.
Air, food, and water.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
So I think right. I mean, education around those things has to be paramount. So we educate people about the value and importance of agriculture, what it does. Mm-hmm. It helps to feed ourselves, in all form, whether in fishing, whether in husbandry, whatever it is, it feeds us. We can be sustained and we can depend on that. Not the kind of thing that we are introduced to that doesn't last and doesn't have any substance for us.
Well, you must imagine that if somebody's selling chicken, good, bad, or indifferent, they'll tell you it's good for you,
What is it? There's that's slogan. A fisherman never say
fish rotten.
Right,
and that's the whole thing. So when you do for yourself and you could sustain yourself, and it doesn't take that much, because around us here we have just about everything we need to survive. We have that big expanse of ocean, nice blue waters with the healthiest of fish in the world. We have it right here. And we could grow all our fruits and vegetables. Yeah. All the fruits and vegetables we could grow.
And as the Dangote was telling us, agriculture, we should pay a lot of attention to that.
Well, I don't understand how tourism should come before agriculture.
Mm-hmm. So I believe there's going to be quite a number of changes taking place right now, in Carriacou in particular, because we're in the building back process.
Yeah.
People are getting a little more, knowledgeable. And after the experience to know what you have to do in order to, to move forward.
See, Kim, when people don't think, look at what Well, England and America, of course, we benefited a lot from that diaspora. We can say no, that is the case. But in a lot of instances, the bigger countries will always think about themselves first. You're not going to put you ahead of them. And they'll give you what they think they ought to give you. And if in turn you don't have anything to say to give them in a quantity, they limit what they give to you. So all we've been getting in a lot of instances, America say, well, we don't taking care of your citizens already. You need to get nothing more. And you have oil to give us in exchange. So we give a limited supply. So, and they'll tell you, don't listen to Castro because Castro is communist, as though communists are skilled people.
Yeah.
So, and the amount of what was done, just for an instance, of international airport.
You could imagine what more could have been done.
Amen.
But
you don't want Cuba to enjoy any kind of a prominence because, and it's not America per se, but some selfish politicians. I always make reference to the Republicans in Miami. They think that they'll give you the impression as though Castro is cancer. But if black people of the world had any thinking and see what's happening, one of the most disgusting things that we know lifetime was apartheid.
Yeah.
What?
And who take to get rid of it? Castro was very instrumental.
Yeah.
I know the days of Angola.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm saying, yeah.
Stand up there as a tyrant.
Yes.
And say, South Africa has behave all yourself. So, but in the meantime, those who talking about democracy selling Kruger runs.
Imagine that.
Yeah, selling a black gold. You're selling Kruger runs and to live luxuriously, and then you get nothing. But don't worry, Castro, because Castro is communist. And the man feeding you.
Somebody, another person in the Caribbean who had that unfortunate fate. Of course, we had ties with Venezuela.
Yeah.
Venezuela. I mean, people just don't want us to have any trade business with them. I mean, because we could just go down there, or men are fishermen out there, or we trade among ourselves. But to go down there, it was kind of saying, don't go because Chavez at the time, all those guys there and so on and so forth. I mean, they just disrupted the connection because of ideology. Yes?
And not because of the ideology, disrupted because we want to control the people's resources.
Precisely, yes. Yes.
What they have must be theirs, and what you have must still be theirs.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yeah, on both sides. They're taking it all
I
around.
never realized that there was so much oil in the South American. Venezuela stand also you want to control it to the hilt. So sad.
Well, that's the way.
Would there be a generation that would rise up and reclaim all those things? Would there be a generation that will rise up and say enough is enough? This belongs to us. This is our region. This is our island. Let's defend it and keep it.
Well, I don't have an answer for that question, because every time I think about it, I'm watching the Blackwell building down there, I find it big. And I know you're looking for business. So that's all. All I can say about business.
That's hold it for a second. Let me take a call there. Vibes FM, caller.
Yes, Mr. Kim, how are you?
Okay, all right.
Well,
Yes, go
I'm
ahead.
there.
Yes, okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, caller,
I'm
go
calling
ahead.
to make a little contribution.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please do, love. Please do.
Okay. As you're all talking about Sandy.
Yes, leave your radio on.
As you're all talking about Sandy Island.
Yeah.
How's Sandy Island going?
Well, it's there, it's a little bit diminished. I think but if we had the means, we probably could have pumped some sand and then do some planting on the island to see if we could hold on to it a little bit more. But it's almost divided, but it's still there.
I would like to know how that island is going, because you know why? I used to work with the Governor General Leo Gale, and he had that island was his own. He bought that island.
Oh no! Hold on. There are two sandy islands. There's Sandy Island down outside Sotez or St. Patrick's, But there is also a sandy island in the Hillsborough Harbor. We'll call it Carriacou Harbor. So the sandy island we are talking about is the one in Carriacou, not the one outside Sotes.
I thought was that sandy island.
No.
Because I would have liked to know how it's going, because Mr. Leo the day before he was Governor General, I was working with him and they had an island they bought, so I thought that was the island.
No. There's a different one. But there's also...
And the next thing I want to ask you, I don't know if it's my phone was giving trouble as problem, but a few days now I didn't hear him from all you, and I didn't hear him from Kim, so Ken, so I said probably the phone not working properly, or you're not on the air.
No, we are on the air.
You
Phones are
always
working.
there?
It's just that you haven't been getting the program regular because of some little issues that we were dealing with. That's why.
Okay.
Yes,
All
but
right.
we have resolved the issue now, so I think going forward here.
I was feeling so sad when I didn't get all your talent came and the boys.
No, he go to come. He wouldn't come again. And he coming stronger.
All right.
It's a good one, yes.
Well, next time, I just called to say probably it is my phone that it was giving a little problem.
No.
I don't get all my boys on them, and I doesn't feel happy at all.
Okay, all right. Okay then. Okay, caller, thank you so much.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Gentlemen, another project that's on the way, and they're trying to do some upgrade right now, is the Paradise Beach area. Because we've been voted a couple of years ago. I think we got the best beach.
Yes, we were, and it's a matter of just taking care of what is yours and your own.
Right.
And all people need to learn that. We must be of that mentality. I tell you, one time I was never more impressed because I went to Bakeway for regatta. And we were out in Port Elizabeth Harbour. And we were just there sitting out talking and socializing. But on that occasion, you have a lot of folks coming from the mainland. That is in the Bakeway. Some youngsters must have come there with the peanuts and shell the peanuts with the handful and just straight on the ground. And a Bakeway taxi driver, boy, the guy was, take somebody repeat daughter. He said, pick it up. Look, he said, you finally say you made it, pick it up. And boy, he was about to fight the guy, The guy had probably gone pick up it. He said, man, come, you made the place clean, leave it clean. And I was so happy. I say, boy, see, when you have that kind of mentality, wrong things can't go on with you, man.
Right.
I tell the fellows I'm out to fight the fella for turning peanut shell on the ground.
You think that could happen now?
No, they tell you put more. Tell you put more. Pick up.
But that's the kind of pride sometimes.
You must take pride in what is yours. And that's why every time I think about Carriacou and what is man, I look at Hillsborough. Hillsborough look as though he survived the Third World War.
But one thing I must say is that, and we should observe, is that it stood up for Berlin. It stood up. There wasn't any major damage, in terms of pillars and so on and things coming out. Yes, it took a battering. The sea was rough, but it stood up.
Yeah, but if there is any such thing, we have to say, as far as Hillsborough is concerned, there were some good damages. Not all damages was bad.
Right, yeah. No,
as far as Berlin is concerned,
good damages.
Good damages.
And now we have to take that now.
And run with it. Yes, just build on what Beryl started.
Right. And that's one of the things I say I'm excited about, seeing that coming into the idea now. It's been talked about. And once you have conversations going on, which means that something is in the making, and we're going to maybe, hopefully, well, I have a lot of confidence anyway. We're going to see some progress very soon.
I tell you, Tell about my Prime Minister.
Yes.
Heading in the right direction and falling into hell.
And also, still in Hillsborough, the playing fields that have been talked about, the Hillsborough Recreation Ground, that should be cleared and ready for sporting activities within another month or so.
Right. Well, I like the fact that city equipment are in town.
You saw them?
Yes. And even have a to see some.
Both places.
But nobody better tell me not fighting, you know. Because I tell you that attention that Carriacou is getting, all now so that still been dooms.
Yes.
Because you know, in the past, I know what's going on, you know. Every deal, somebody had to get a cut. And where the deal belongs, you don't really go there.
You're reaching there.
You're reaching someplace else.
I mean,
So I could see the money is going where it should be going. Yeah.
But then, you know, talking about that in truth, you know, that equipment that was bought there was I think it's about 1 or 2 in the region, you know. I mean, that's a special equipment come from down Australia side. Yeah. And
actually, yeah, I think it was New Zealand, I think they said it was. Yeah, Australia side, yes. Down in the Pacific.
Yes, you know, so yeah, I mean, we need to recognize that things have definitely been done, and not just any old thing.
Not just promise.
Give them that for the time being, but they you know they secured the equipment at all costs just to ensure that we have this debris moved.
Well, stop for a minute, and let's think about Carriacou just a while. In the last 20 years or 25 years, address any meaningful improvement in Carriacou. Address it. Tell me what it is. Tell me, well, you're seeing this, you're talking about that, but you're seeing this. Prove me wrong.
Well,
tell me something, I'm listening.
Can we include? Can we say for the question that you asked, the mini stadium? Now, ask a question. The mini stadium was within the past 20 years. We didn't have a stadium before, did we?
So now we never said them before. So now that we get the white elephant, which was built in the wrong situation, which we were told. Let me tell you what, that money could have been expended in Hillsborough and the recreation ground and do the same thing, because we were told that you have limited space in Carriacou. Do not put a facility of that kind in that area because it's going to affect the improvement of our airport.
Yes, well.
Oh, you don't know. Okay. We do it anyway.
Yes.
Just as you've been saying, don't move the market from here and put it in a little parcel, you move it anyway.
Right.
So, okay, fine, I'll give you that.
But no, you can't give that back because I'll tell you why. At this point in time, it's a white elephant.
Whole bricks.
So, in other words, now what was done there should not have been done.
No.
And I suggested, listen to me. I was one of those who used to constantly go to our minister at the time and offer these suggestions. And I said to him straight out, you know, that the money that they're going to use there could upgrade the Hillsborough playing field, the Havervale playing field, the Dover playing field, and the Mount Pleasant playing field, and still would change. And he said to me, the Chinese were doing it, and it's going to be some kind of grant or whatever. But if somebody going to give you something,
use it properly.
That's it.
Use it properly.
Don't just, because if you remember, the Chinese came in and they finished up the project. And to me, as it is right now, that is a big problem for us in Carriacou as it pertains now to the expansion of the airport.
Yes,
that's an issue.
And if you know, you see where they they put the market there, even though it's not been used. He commits suicide. The market commits suicide because he wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. But that site that we referred to years ago as a little past here was the site for our netball teams or ladies sports and so on and so forth.
Well, that was a playground.
Of course.
And in there, if you remember rightly, there were swings that the kids used to enjoy, especially in the moonlight. Because I live right there, but maybe 20 yards from there. And I used to observe that on nice nights, you know, the recreational.
But again, that to me, the peak of that place was Carriacou had a very vibrant netball.
Netball, yes. The netball court.
Or netball court. Yes. Mount Pleasant team, the Highville, Belmont team, Tom team.
That's
all
what it
about,
used to be.
Yes, man. And it was probably used Sunday. It was a lovely to walk with the family there and go and enjoy a good game of netball and this type of stuff.
That was our matinee.
Yeah. And then probably if they wanted to put a little tennis court in the back there, that would have been do the right stuff. But no.
You know, anytime I think about that, the little pasture, as you say, so Leo, I remember. Also remember there used to be a well there.
It's still there.
It's still there.
It's still there.
I'm talking about that, you know, I'd like at this point in time to make mention of the fact and give a good little mention about my good friend Mario, Mr. Blaze.
Oh, Mario, yes.
Mario is as dedicated as anybody come, with lawn tennis in Carriacou.
Yeah.
And I wish, we could get some proper facilities where he could, because I see this man stand up the whole day in the afternoon,
Yeah.
and it dedicated.
Every morning is there.
Yeah, and you appreciate that kind of passion, man, and it does take a lot. And I want to personally acknowledge that and thank him.
Yeah, well, he has been getting, there's some students, quite of them, develop the skills, and they like it too.
Oh, yeah,
and they have, some of them have traveled out of Carriacou, which is a nice thing for them to do, experience.
Yes.
And they have done very well on mainland Grenada. They have gone to Trinidad. And I know that it's St. Lucia.
It's a good beginning for anything like that. That is so positive, and it's helping our youth. The amount of people are probably, there's something offered as an alternative to getting pregnant. You have a tennis court. Young ladies could go and play.
Well, you see again on the same project that I started to speak about with the enhancement project for Hillsborough.
Yeah,
the tennis court is part of it,
and the tennis court is
the real
Dong. See what the community center is there.
Right. What they intend to do over there is to make a nice sporting complex, whereby you would have the tennis being played there as well.
And where that is?
But on the side of the community center.
The community center,
right down on the bottom there, adjacent to the playing field.
Okay, but nobody is a junior sec is there?
No.
They
There's
had
a lot of land there.
They had a land there, but they had a building there. That's why I was told that it was not done before, because they had to put a building there for college to.
When they were building Bishop's College.
But hold a minute.
Yes, the community center. Hold on.
Fine, yeah, go ahead.
The community center, according to what they are saying now, would be demolished.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to make even more space. The only building that's going to be sitting there on the top of there.
The
farmers market.
Okay, fine.
And that entire area going down now to the wall by the Christmas tree.
Right.
That whole area there now.
Right.
That's where they intend to put their sporting complex.
Yeah, I must give you credit on that one.
Yeah.
Because that willow tree was Carriacou only Christmas tree from God. So to refer to it as a Christmas tree. It does speak. Yeah. Understand. Oh well, that is good. That area will be useful. That is very good. Very good. I don't know what they're going to do with the tennis court problem. I want to make that up.
Well, what's been talked about there, is that all this is conversation that's taking place now. The tennis court area, they intend to do it into a 2-level parking lot. Facility.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Because there's no parking in town,
No.
Hillsborough doesn't have any parking at all. So now, if you were to use that tennis court there now and create 2 levels like you have down in Grenada on the
upper level,
the upper level and things like that, then we're going to have some parking. So when you come now, the streets are already narrow.
Yeah, we just
creating congestion. Look at when you go down Main Street and you pass by the Republic
Bank
and all
on the side.
This morning was talking about that. This very morning we were talking about that we need a parking garage in Hillsborough.
Yeah.
Because Carriacou have so many vehicles now. It's not funny. I could remember as a little boy living by the church there. Any car horn blowing town, I could tell you whose car it is. You had to see the car just by the town alone, because they were that few.
Yeah.
That is this one or this one, and we call it by your plate number.
Marksman.
Marksman, yes. It's one of those. But now there's only vehicles you can really decipher what's happening.
Yeah. Well, you see, in order to develop Hillsborough, and to make it a little bit more easier for movements all around.
Yeah, you need that.
We need
and even as I was alluding to earlier, the drains in Hillsborough, we need to fix the road and have some sort of a covers over the drains.
Okay.
So that people, I mean, you kill 2 birds with one stone. If you could walk there, you don't have to go down, fall and break your foot, and at the same time strong enough so even vehicles run over it, and you still have proper drainage.
Right. Yeah. And this is one of the drains that need to be addressed. They already did the one on Patterson Street, by the gas station, going all the way down to the beach there. But the one on Church Street, right as we're speaking here now too, the continuation of it coming down from First Avenue all the way down.
Okay.
Down Church Street, going down there.
Yes, yes.
And it passes right in front by the Jupa area
Uh-huh.
to get into the sea. And that one needs some attention right now because, number one, the drain is kind of there, the condition of the drain too, but it was not properly done. So this will now, the need now in the enhancement project.
Yes.
Project now to proper drainage.
Yeah.
And that's going to make it even easier now for that other area which needs to be developed where those
Correct.
Other places were
in that area. You need a proper box drain that could be covered. And certain areas where you could remove for cleaning and put back again.
Yeah.
And it must be strong enough that vehicles could run right over it.
Right,
No problem.
Right. Yes.
So that goodbye, Mr. Drupa. Thank you for the service that you've done so far. We had enough for you. Go. And if I would suggest that location will be the ideal spot for customs and immigration building. And if you want to give the Drupa a little something in the base, the regatta, I doubt that will ever continue. But if you want to do that, put a little something in the basement as a secretariat for them.
Right.
Kisco's argument rest.
But all these things have been discussed right now.
Yeah.
And it's in the making. And within the next couple of weeks, I guess, we should be hearing a little bit more. The minister maybe may address some of these issues and tell us what the plans are. And it will start within a couple of months.
Very good.
And it's going to continue. It's not going to be an overnight thing. But as a matter of fact, once there's a plan in place and you're working with a plan, yes, and it moves in stages. So we have some things that we could look forward to,
It's about time.
Building back better.
It's about time that our main city in Carriacou must reflect the home of somebody with some sort of common sense and some sort of appreciation for life. We're not in, this is 2025. This is not 1825. We're too far back. People, come on, we're above that. No. Above that, no. We could do better than what we're doing.
And also, what's in the making there too now is that you're going to officially be getting the renaming or naming. It goes both ways of the streets.
Of course.
And signs.
Yes. But the next time I'm going to
report. But one then named.
Yes. We started the project, and it was not completed because not cabinet, but cabinet had to approve and had to be gazetted and stuff like that, and you don't want to even done before you're ready. But I think now that seeing that they have this project on the way, this would
part of the package.
I hope I'm successful, and if I'm not, I'll be very disappointed that this turn off from the Brunswick Main Road going to Lower Sunday, that has to be Dudu Darling Road.
Dudu by the Parliamentary?
Yes, Dudu Darling Road.
Yes.
Going from Brunswick going to the airport, you say?
No. Brunswick, and then you end up on the Lower Sun Main Road.
You know where listen, Sky, you're going towards, well, right now we use the main road in Brunswick.
Brunswick,
then,
yes.
Okay, now when you go in, as it is right now, you have to go up to 6 roads because they try to make it into a one-way.
No,
but there's a big Parliamentary there, and there's a road now connecting there all the way by what it sometimes say Wilson.
Wilson and so on. But they removed that, they removed the one-way sign.
Oh, they take it off now?
Yes, people still.
Well, you see, I believe why they put the sign there at the time there is because of the heavy trucks that came from Trinidad, and the big size of the trucks, and they were doing the electricity.
But
it became a problem.
What could happen? There's enough room on that area for the widening of that road.
Road too, yes.
Yes, when you widen that road there.
And that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
The widening of the road.
Widen the road.
And the naming of the road.
The naming of the road.
Okay.
Yes, in Carriacou, Dudu Darling mean a lot to us, and not only that, this is Dudu Darling.
But sorry about that. But every Sparrow have one aligning some talk about Dudu Darling.
Yes, I am. But you see, the oldest citizen and resident of that was cousin Dudu.
Sure, that's it.
That you know if nobody that could identify with that.
I know Dudu as Dudu.
Yes.
When you say going to Dudu, nobody question you.
Yes, bypass by Dudu.
And the beauty about it too, in that area there, it's a nice area for a starting point and an ending point. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because you're going to end right on the top of the road there.
Yeah.
With the one coming from 6 Roads area.
Correct.
Right. And then starts up in the bottom there with the one leading up from in Brunswick into 6 Roads area. So it's a nice area.
Yeah.
Doodle-darling.
Yeah, Doodle-darling Road. Yes,
I can't get that keys. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Tell me what kind of love is this?
But we're talking about, as I mentioned, we should have a road to that road named Massima. We should have something. 119 years. We should have something here on this island to reflect something in the name of Massima Noel. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying I know what can happen, but I'm just saying that's something that we could start thinking about.
Well, what we could tell Carriacou, we must stop talking about living as long as Methuselah and say live as long as Massima.
Yes, instead of Methuselah, we say Massima.
Massima, yes.
119, you know?
Yeah.
119.
Well, that's because somebody was telling me one time, I said, I wonder if that figure is correct. And they were explaining why they think there's some
gaps
to it.
Well, yeah.
Because people who died that long and thinking about how they know cause Massima long ago. So
yeah, see, I think she came from Aruba. If I'm
Venezuela?
Not Venezuela, yeah, Venezuela.
Yes, Venezuela.
And come to Carriacou. So now what they tried to see if they could match up or pairs that she was with at the time, figuring they were about the same age.
Yeah.
So and those they know. I don't think she had no birth certificate or anything like that.
Massima have a little Spanish ring to it if you check it out.
Yeah. So now they say, well, she used to go to school with John, and John was 15 at the time.
Yes.
So most likely she was around the
15,
same
16 or 14 around there. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I mean.
And so we take that and we start to move with that.
Yes.
To end up to be 119.
And another proud citizen boy, I don't know, but she's batting good.
I know. I better could tell you
I know.
I live in too. Yeah, man.
Right now, she's what, 108,
109. And what amazes me is the alertness, man. Still giving her good advice, you know. And as sharp as they come. Sharp as attack. It's good genes, boy.
So apart from these two that we know, that we are aware of, that lived all this long for all these years, do we have anybody who lived more than 100, 105?
Yeah,
I think we should
listen. My grandmother, my great-grandmother was 106.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will talk about people who we know now. No, I mean,
No.
yes.
I don't think.
You see what you could be the one, you know. You could live on until about.
But no, not the amount of paid for information. I think I'll make that. Yeah, to be real.
Gentlemen, hold on a second. Vibes FM caller.
Hey,
yes, hello, yes.
Well, second, that person you are speaking about, the lady at 119, is she alive or is she dead?
No, she's gone. She left us.
She died at 119.
Yes, about 2 years ago, I think.
About 2 years ago.
All right. Sure. And which means she should be in record books for one of the eldest people.
Well, I think so. If they keep in records, no, really. I think she's one of the eldest that I know about. I don't know of anybody who has reached that age, you know.
What I do know is that there were some discussions about putting her in the Guinness Book of Records at the time when she was even, you know, probably she was even 115, 116 there. That there were discussions as to doing that, but I think the Governor General at the time.
Are you there still?
Yeah. I'm here still.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening to you in London anyway. That's why I've been on the program the whole day.
No, you know what's so amusing? The last time I visited her, she tell me, "Oh, Leo, by a day, getting old, but a day." She said she's getting old, you know. 100 and Kumbi. You're getting old. You got old.
You're old.
You know you.
Yeah, caller. Caller is still there?
Anyway, good night.
Yeah, good night. Okay, right.
Okay, good night.
It's 25 to 6 anyway.
Okay.
And I'm at work. I'm at work still.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, careful.
All right,
You're not supposed to be at work doing and listening to radio.
Yeah, I'm a dental technician anyway. I'm sitting at my bench just taking away the programs all day.
Yes, tell me you're not in Parliament. So you could do that.
Okay, caller, thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm walking in a free and democratic place, man. True.
All right. Okay, caller.
Okay, take care.
Okay, right. All the
right.
best. But we're just talking about AJ Solio, you know, and we just mentioned Miss Mens, you know.
Yeah.
At 109. At the rate at which she's going, I think it's possible she could break that record, you know, because she's so alert.
Boy,
she's
the one thing I would have liked to see, boy, is whatever they're going to be building on that spot, that somewhere, somehow, Judith Mens be mentioned.
Yeah.
Because you boys don't know this, but that lady's service to Carriacou, socially speaking,
she was the everything.
It can be matched, you know. No, she was the social conscience of Carriacou. Everything, man.
But whatever the occasion was, if a prime minister was coming, or if any dignitaries were coming, anything to do with anything, Miss Mens.
From the social end of it.
That's it.
And she did a hell of a
she
job
made us proud.
in that regard.
She made us proud.
Yeah.
I never forget. Vibes FM caller. What's up, caller coming?
Yes. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah,
I just want to add a little piece to Maslima's story.
Yes.
Because I was following that story closely in my career, and we were really researching it. And I'm still wondering, Venezuela being a developed place, why the government did not make an official request for a birth paper. I don't know if you are aware that BBC interviewed her in Carriacou, but they cannot confirm her age. And I'm sure that her birth is recorded in Venezuela. That, you know, even the gentleman that we have here now, at the embassy, the ambassador, he's a very friendly man. I believe that Grenada can work through him to get a birth paper to give her or put her in a rightful place in history, rather than we just keep, you know, suspecting and yeah.
The fact of the matter is, I do not know if what is Massimo's official name, you know, we cause Massima.
Yeah.
But even
she
in
was
fact,
well, that's what I know.
even though, in fact, she was born in Venezuela. If somebody knows number one, which part of Venezuela, and the other thing is how where it's recorded and how it's recorded.
Because
well, it's worth giving a try. Better to try and fail, and as I say, we could try it through the ambassador, because along the way in the research, somebody came up with a name for her mother. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's how close it was. Deep discussion and research went into her, and they just couldn't. It reached a dead end. And I'm saying the government can make an official request to get guidance from the ambassador.
Well,
because she must be recorded somewhere.
Suggestion taken. Yes.
Thank
you.
Yes.
Thank
you. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So, but there's some, you know, what we're very poor at is documenting and recording our own history.
Yeah.
You know, and even sometimes I look at things that I could vividly remember happening in Carriacou, and a lot of our youngsters don't know.
Yeah.
Because they can't go any place and read about it.
That's it.
And
speaking of that, just before we go, we're going to piggyback a little bit on that, but let me take a call. Vibes FM caller? Caller, come in. Caller?
Kim.
Yes, yeah.
On the refacing of Hillsborough with those stores close to where Miss Mens was, you could call it Miss Mens Plaza.
But that's okay. But I think what we're talking about is a community center or game center where we have tennis and all this other stuff. Not necessarily in the entrepreneurial centers. Yes, the stores. But
I thought it was that place in the Jupiter area.
No. We're talking. That's in what, you know where the recreation ground is?
Yeah.
All right. That that section.
The community center in particular, she started it. She started that.
Yes.
It was her idea, and that's where it came from. So we are thinking now that area now that's going to be transformed into like a complex or something of the nature. She could be the name, you could call it Judith Men's Complex or something of the nature. You know.
Well, if you can do that, try and do it before you go.
Well,
yeah,
and even if it doesn't happen, but we must know who contributed what in our lifetime.
Yeah.
And dead or alive, she should be credited.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
Yes,
Thank you. Yes, okay. These are things that we need, as you just mentioned about history.
Yeah,
we have lapsed so bad on that, and this is one of the reasons I'm so happy now that Grenadian history will be brought into the schools, because we for the longest while we know what happened to Sir Francis Drake and all this kind of Christopher Columbus. And
Yes.
We don't even have any idea who they were, whether the story was true and all kind of craziness.
Santa Maria, the Pinta,
No. We should know what happened in Carriacou in Grenada, and we have lapsed on that so bad, you know. And this is
as I mentioned, Santa Maria and
Pinta,
the other one. We should also have an idea as to what happened with the city of St. George.
All these things
are history, historical.
City of St. George, Island Queen.
Yes. All these boats and them and so on.
But those are the disasters. But the marine life of Carriacou and Carriacouans, which is most outstanding, we have nothing recorded. Well, boy, Lord.
Vibes FM, caller, London caller.
Hey, Mr. Mills.
Yes, hello, yes.
With your indulgences.
Yeah.
Anytime.
I just tuned back in a couple of minutes ago there and so on. And I heard a discussion over a person named Massima.
Yes.
Yes.
Is this a person who died at 100% and so on?
Yes.
Oh. And then it was alleged, well, it was said, should I say, that the person died, was born in South America?
Yes. Venezuela, to be exact.
I want to make this observation. If you're born in Venezuela, it is sort of unlikely that you have a name Massima. But it is highly likely, extremely highly likely, that you have a name Maxima, Maxima, as the female, and Maximo
as the male. Yes.
Okay.
They're very, very common names in South America. I just thought I'd say this because I don't know, because it seems that many people don't know. And it's easy to understand why Massima came out as a name called. You know, we have a way of cutting things short. And
Yes.
You know? I just thought that, just curiosity, because as it relates to the comparison between the two languages, I love them.
Yes.
It's been my hobby, you know?
Yes.
And so that may be taken into consideration instead of searching for Massima, which you're very unlikely to find.
Yeah.
But if you look for Maxima, you may find it.
Yes. Right. Well, Citizen Rollo, I will concur, because I know in Carriacou, we're very good at putting a different spin or different pronunciation on things that, you know.
Yeah, because of our dialect.
Correct.
Our attitude was dialect. For instance, I made mention this morning how we say Lewi.
Lewi, there you go. Yes.
But just let us, right? But I mean, apart from the us, which would be more correct thing, but we, you would spell it in a different way, as you know. So it is true.
Yeah.
We have to consider our modification through our, well, that's the whole subject matter relative to how we speak and so on.
Right.
But let's go back to the focus here. Probably in this investigation and so on, they seek Maxima and not Massima.
Yes.
Right.
You see, there's a story. There is a very, very deep well in Brunswick called Mao Well. And they said they send Moen, Godwin. They sent him down on a rope to clean the well because it's a very deep well. And while he was down there, somebody asked him if it's slippery down there. And Godwin said, we want to know if it's slippery. Somebody said, Godwin is slippery? He said, yes. You understand?
There we go.
How does
And
Slippery
we pretty famous for that.
Yeah.
We pretty
how does
famous.
Slippery become simple?
Yeah, we simple. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Okay.
All right, caller. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Let me take another caller. Vibes FM caller. You next.
Yes, thank you for taking my call again. I'm just adding that that name, MAX, is one of the names we found in our investigation. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maxima, we found that name as well.
Yeah.
I think we found 3 different names for the poor woman.
Yeah.
Yes. So, however, it will be confusion. You will have to get professional help, and
Yes,
I'm suggesting again
well,
is through the ambassador.
Yeah.
But Mr. Leo, I am so happy that you are paying attention now, because there was also an incident in Carriacou which pained me a lot. Some people who are doing what you call that, digging up artifacts and so.
Yes.
And they found a genuine Zemi. Now, we were taught in history that Zemi is a god, but no, Zemi is not a god. It is a container that they believe they have locked a spirit in.
Okay.
And they found that in a tree root in Carriacou and was allowed to take it away from Carriacou. And the man said he was taking it away to repair. And he brought back something. Do you repair artifacts? But he brought back something to Carriacou, which was placed at the museum. Mr. Leo, stay awake, please. Thank you.
Okay, my dear. Thank you. Yes.
All right. Okay.
But
what is policies? What should the
but
policies
and that's an excellent observation by Citizen Rolo, because it's not Maxima, it's Maxima. Maxima. I'm going to quote on that one.
Yeah. No, we're very busy and quick to cut things.
Yeah.
We speak too fast, maybe dialect, whatever. We just say Maxima. And that's it. Like Maxima. And as this caller is saying too, that name popped up in the research.
Yes.
Most likely.
That's what it's going to be.
That's the way they had to go. But it would have been nice though, if they were to be able to get the exact age, so we know.
Yes.
Rather than guessing, as we did over the years.
And it's a pity a lot of our elders here in Carriacou, people who would not be Massima's age, but some folks who could tell you that they were X when Massima was Y.
Right.
And take. Actually, I think that's what happened, because I could remember Peter Benjamin, J. Benjamin. J. Benjamin, considering his age and saying Massima to be that much more.
Yeah.
So,
So that's how they came about.
Yes.
Yeah. But again, all that is our history.
Yeah. Yep.
And these are things we should be documenting and knowing who was the oldest person.
Yes. All those good things, and for that's I'm still baffled by the fact that our curriculum in schools here in Carriacou have a lot to get or go for. I cannot for the life of me understand 16 and 13 subjects that some child going to, and in those 13 and 16 subjects, we ain't doing civics, we ain't doing music. So where do other subjects come out that they are so important?
Religious knowledge.
Not religious knowledge.
No, I'm helping you to understand where they come from. What are the subjects we're talking about?
Yeah.
Religious knowledge, cooking.
But you see, what has transpired is that they started going for numbers to compete, and the numbers in competition mean that you're
bright.
You're you're good. You're excellent.
All that subjects. You get all that subjects. That means you are a genius. 16.
But not only that, the scrutiny and the things that were demanded of us. They aren't going for what what they think you meant. You must say what you mean and explain it properly for you to get the grade.
Right. Yes.
No, it is.
That's what has happened over the years.
Yeah, we adopt the American style. We spell wrong, but you get a pass.
Yeah.
So that's the big difference.
I just talk about the American style. Just last night, last evening, I was reflecting on, the fact of communication and information. People cannot take information. If you want to explain something to them, you can't do it long. So I remember saying to myself, it's similar though we're living in the era of what you call those? Or you call when you have a short clips? Yes. Instead of a long drawn out thing, they don't need attention span. Yeah. So people already need know I could put a bite or bite. Some bites. Some bites. Whatever.
Some bites.
Yeah.
Well, then you're properly cooked, yeah.
Well, yeah. But so I'm saying that's basically how we are. We don't have the appreciation to take in information, but we want a song bite, and that's for us it's good.
Yeah, short and sweet, short and easy.
Yeah,
every time.
So I think even that process of learning, it's not doing good for us. Not good for us.
This is something, that's why, like the Americans, William is Bill, and they always say to shorten something to it. But I can understand John could be a shortness for Jack, or Jack or vice versa.
A short name for?
Yeah, I'm a short name, either John for Jack or Jack for John. How
I could shorten that.
I know.
J.
Yeah, J.
I named my son Robert. I didn't know it.
Bob.
And they call him Bob?
Yeah.
What is that? I say his name is Robert. Everybody call him Bob.
Bob, yes. But I could understand Bob for Robert,
Yeah.
Or even Bill for William. But John for Jack. Give me a break, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's that kind of.
Yeah. Why are you shouting there? You're not shouting nothing?
John for Jack.
Or Jack for John. Which I wanted him there, but that one never got to me.
But a lot of these things are things that we need to stop and pay attention to and understand the times, because this whole issue about these song bites there is really, really they all they want is a clip and they know everything. But it can happen. So I mean, the brain has to be able to process it, understand it, and we have to be able to explain it. But the world
we're too busy.
The world going too fast.
Vibes FM, caller.
Hey, Mr. Mills.
Yes, hello, yes.
Listen to this. Mr. Leo, you didn't know
Tell me.
about Jack and John? Well, let me tell you. In 1988, I wrote an article on a newspaper.
Yeah.
He was a Grenadian voice.
Yeah.
And a bright boy challenged me. And he did it right. My initials are J.A. John Anthony. But he chose to call me then Jackass Rollo. Stayed with me forever. So now you know it's confirmed. Yes, Jack is a diminutive form of John, in the English language.
Right.
You
too. That's a good one. Jackass. Wow, we. Yeah, man.
Oh gosh.
What a ridiculousness everything. Jack could be short for John.
And look how you end up.
Yeah. Call him on Jackass.
Anyway.
What?
Gentlemen, as we just trying to wrap up there, we spoke about our history being documented, and I think it's something that should be taken seriously and taught in schools, as they've been trying to do recently. And I would like to see some more authors and some more people coming forward. The older folks maybe could give some information to some young writer, to start getting these things together.
Because this morning I got up and I felt like reciting some poetry. Eh? And what I recited: no money, no love.
Okay.
Ivy back up, she close to leave because John was down and out. All alone, he was left to grieve. She had an ex-man in South. She said openly, I really love you, Johnny, but you have no money. So what would my future be, even though you say you love me? We can't love without money.
Can't love without love.
That's poetry in action.
On hungry
Oh,
belly.
belly.
Johnny, you could be the only one I am dreaming of. You might do love, but no money, no love.
Yes.
So you see, we have a lot of poets. Yeah, we have a lot of
But
poets.
Sparrow was an exceptional man.
Yeah, man. I heard Mia Motley. You should check it out.
Yeah.
Doing something on the occasion if Bob Marley was alive, you remember 80 this year.
Okay.
80.
Mm-hmm.
And she did a piece on him. And there were excerpts from a lot of his songs.
Okay.
And the thing was so nicely
check,
done.
I have to check it.
By the way, I think I have it here. I'll send it for you.
Okay, all right. Yeah. That's nice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you have those kind of people.
Be careful, you have to be careful where you're using your phone. You're on a job right now.
Okay, right.
You can't
I wonder what did you tip and get fired? What is that? Oh God, this speak out, not Parliament.
Well, no.
All right, it's the job anyway.
Do the job.
Okay.
On the job. Don't matter where.
So in other words, you're telling me be a little more careful than Kate?
Yeah, well,
okay.
I think we all should tell her that too.
Yes.
Yeah, but the Prime Minister did say, oh gosh, man, come on. Understand where you are. You're not in the bedroom. In a public place.
You respect privacy.
Yes.
But anyway, as we're wrapping it up now, right, gentlemen? And I think it was very nice, the discussion today, all around, and our listeners participated as well too. And it's always nice to sit down and look back where we came from, where we are now, and where we intend to go. And that's always something of interest for all of us.
Yes.
And I think we should concentrate a little bit more on that and trying to be positive, make an impact, and like I say, brighten the corner
where you are.
Where you are.
Someone where? Someone from what?
Someone from far.
Yes.
Need to glide across the harbor.
Yes.
So
brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are.
And the one about picking up the pieces on the floor. Bits of paper lying on the floor.
Or something.
Make the school untidy.
Yes, make the school untidy. Pick them up.
Pick them up.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
You know, as you just mentioned that quickly, I get licks for that already. What happened is that when we get to the part now of pick them up, right? We're saying picks them up.
Okay.
So we were confused. So Mr. Bascom come around now and say, well, listen, hold on a minute.
Subject and verb.
Subject and verb.
Picks them.
Picks, yes, not picks.
No, pick them. Them is plural.
Them is plural. And if you didn't answer it right, strap.
Cross the back. Yeah.
So now, but hold on, he was so clever that what he did, he called you up front so the others wouldn't hear the answer, the correct answer.
Yeah.
But when somebody get licks, they answer it wrong, but you don't know what to say. So when he called you up front there and he said, what is the correct thing? Pick them up or picks them up? And then you have to answer and you're scared to, so you answer in easier. If you said the correct thing,
boy,
you're okay. Send it back to your seat. But they don't know what the correct thing was. So now, and who gets them to say the wrong thing?
Yeah.
But in the end, you tell us what the right thing was.
I tell you, those guys, Mr. Bascom and Mr. Noel and Mr. Bratton, those people like that, they were so dedicated to the students. I tell you one time, well, at that time I was going to school in Presentation College in Grenada. And so I was president of Carriacou Students Club. And when we come to Carriacou every year, we'd have a party, one party. Somebody, I think it was Amanda Hazel, they wrote an invitation to Mr. Noel, R.E. Noel. The students of Carriacou Students Club invites.
The students.
Yes.
Boy, came I home. I can't remember what I'm doing, but this little boy called me breathless. Mr. Noel say, come right away, you want to see you. I leave my house, I walk up the back road, going by Mr. Noel's house. When I reach Mr. Noel's house, because in them days when I say jump, everybody asks, oh, hi.
Yeah, right.
He threw the invitation on the table. Read that. And he turned it back, boy. The man blew us door, repeat child. So I pick up with him and I start reading. I say, oh God. I say, but sir, the box stops with you. No give me no about sir.
Don't blame anybody.
Don't blame nobody.
Yes.
I see you the president, you should read it and before you send it out. But Mama said, no, chew me up, I feel bad. But yeah.
So the students invite?
Yes, students invites. So don't play with me, boy. You don't do those things.
Well, we are well disciplined, eh?
Yeah, I
mean, and in and out of school. It didn't make a difference.
No.
That's it. And although it's still not, sometimes you leave the school and you're in another situation, but still, he's still boss over you.
Wherever you are. If you're in dance, you're still a student.
Yeah.
It's not about you. You better do the right thing. God rest his soul.
In dance. Talk about in dance. Let me tell you something. They haven't danced in Mount Pleasant School, right? And we as kids, we want to go. But if we never dance, and you see Mr. Bascom coming down the road there, watch. Whether inside the dance hall or outside. Boom, bang.
Yes, but you know, that extended to presentation college too, you know. Because, you had to be in by 9 o'clock. Party or not. That was the rule in the school, you know. So I went to spend a weekend by my good friend, Norris James. I said, James.
Yeah.
John, James' first cousin.
Yeah.
That boy was bright. The more drink from way between school. Bright, good at it. So we go and spend with them in Permota. They haven't danced since in Dominic school. Tell me what we dolls up for the dance boy. When we hit the door, the guitarist is the teacher. Outside. Cyril Fletcher was the guitarist man. Boy, we see us duck and go around.
Discipline was all around. Wherever you were.
But you better do the right thing.
So why don't you see I just make about it?
What? That's all I know about John Dick Hill in Vermont. Boy, that place.
But things like that made you who you are today.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. So you say, man, no matter how many degrees you have, if you can say please and thank you, uneducated.
That's it.
So the basics must be observed.
Yep.
Gentlemen, thank you, sir.
It was a pleasure. Always.
Yes. Well,
yes, go ahead. So
the struggle continues.
As usual.
Yes.
Right here,
thank you.
And Kai?
I would like to say what Solio says. The struggle continues. The struggle continues. And as citizens, as national, as residents of Carriacou and Martinique, I think we should stop and pause and think as we continue this struggle, because we have to build back better, stronger, and smarter. So we look forward to a better future for us here in Carriacou and Martinique.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and guests and not the views of this radio station.
And that will just wrap up our program for today, right here on Vibes FM, Speak Out Unfiltered, every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We want to thank you so much, our listeners, those of you participated, those of you called, whatever the situation was, you are part of our audience. Thank you so much again. I'm your humble servant, yours truly, Kim the King, and it's been always a pleasure being here with you. I'll see you next time, same place, right here on Vibes FM.